go into that realm of Yang with that lifeline, having that Vulpine essence to cover for you in case something goes wrong in the realm of Yang is absolutely huge. So our boy Spider making sure he's going to be the one who gets it as everybody else lands south side. We're going to start things off here with OUG's Mike off to a much rougher start this season. We cut over to Wolves Wang Liang, who's already off to a tear. Just go ahead and rips right through TE Star. We'll pick up our first elimination of the game here. Unfortunately, RNG not quite on the size. He's not been able to find himself a set of armor yet, and OUG's Mike is waiting in the wings, so he's going to want to find some armor very quickly. We cut over to JL's AIS and JDG's Chu Zhang. AIS up here with the blue fist blades. Very, very strong early game weapon here until you start to get those soul jades. These fist blades very capable of taking control of that neutral state for you, and that's super important in these early fights here. Bundless Phoenix Verse going to come in. There we go. We're going to see him use the dodge mechanic there into the parry to immediately strip the armor from Verse. Verse feeling forced to go ahead and invest the F there. Will find the armor swap into a white. AIS though staying right on him, able to come in, get some clean hits and strip half that white armor off of him. We do see bow shots being invested on the side of Verse to get some more tick there off of AIS's armor. AIS there using the fist blades here, using those scale rushes, that extra movement. Verse comes in, but there's the F on the side of AIS. AIS into an armor swap as well here, but Verse with an armor swap of his own. AIS trying to keep the pressure up, does not want to step away from this fight, is able to get away from that, comes back in, huge damage there off of the fist blades. Verse a little bit on the run as the third party shows up here. He is the weaker target, so will become the target of everybody else here in the lobby. It looks like he is, however, able to find yet another armor swap, but very quickly has it stripped away by AIS, who's keeping the pressure up. AIS, though, needs to be careful. If he overcommits here, he can find that kill going to the potential third party waiting nearby that we've not seen for just a second here. There's the grapple coming in out on Verse from that third party. So JDG's Chu Zhang taking pistol shots here at Verse. Verse able to get most of a reset as AIS decides it's finally time to back away from this fight.
Yeah, wow, the amount of armor swaps that he was getting into that fight is about 6 or 7 there, just absolutely insane. Able to come through, pick up so much armor, as we're going to see now. KLA's T225 against XY from Team ASE, going to be scaling around with the dagger. Purple armor for both of them, staff in hand for XY. XY going to be getting hit by the overhold here, baits out the parries, able to go for a bit of a reset here, but the 1-2 coming in into the katana weapon swap. Oh my goodness, coming through as KLA's T225 just going to use that F ability into that gold focus to try and get out of there as fast as possible. Looking for an armor swap desperately. Finds himself a blue armor. So he's going to be in a little bit of a better situation. Switches over to the Hong Sword to see if he can try and take space away. Grabbing that neutral away from ASE as XY going to go for a bit of a pot himself. The overhold is going to come through into the 1-2. Uppercut hits the 1-2 again. Is going to be able to deal a lot of damage. Tries to get that F bubbles to come through to be able to deal a little bit more damage. Getting that hit confirm off. Isn't going to be able to come away with that. KLA's CG25 going to find himself another blue armor swap. Is going to be able to get Prio here. Grapple bump, but the terrain is going to mess him up just a little bit. Isn't going to be able to get that confirmed focus damage off, but he gets the 1-2 out of the scale rush into a cannon shot here, as we are going to see him get juggled all the way around as GRG's Fung is going to be coming in on the side. F ability invested from both of these players here. Now T225 going to get caught out. Ultimate is going to be invested now into the grapple bump. We are going to see it come through. Ultimate is going to get invested from XY pretty quickly here. So you're going to see, oh my goodness, the teleport into the focus attack is going to deal a lot of damage, but ASE's XY now forced to alt armor prow coming through here, or priority coming through, but oh my goodness, DRG's Fong, single charge from the pull sword, is able to come through, deal so much damage here with the follow-up into the RMB. As you're going to see now, huge parry coming through. DRG's Fong going to be able to get a beautiful play off of that here. He does have Assassin's Lunge in the back pocket. The overhead slam is going to come through from the staff onto Fong. Fong getting very, very low now, and ASE's XY in a bit of trouble, as we do see the Assassin's Lunge is going to come out. Ultimate going to be invested from Fong to be able to get out of there alive.
Yeah, Fong going to cancel that ultimate early, wants to keep some of that rage charge here. Zhang Yuan decides to back away from the fight. Fong decides it's not worth it. He's going to have to commit too much here, and he wants to maintain that rage as we are halfway through Zone 1, collapsing on Zone 2, so we're going to start seeing those Realms of Yang get ready to come through here very shortly. As we take a look at the leaderboard right now, Chu Zhang with 2 eliminations under the belt, Wolves Wang Liang with 1, AC Zhang Yuan with 1, Mike and Frostivus with 1 apiece as well. WBG Spider here on the respawn. Not sure who was able to pick up the elimination here. We're going to cut back. There it is, the Volpine Essence. And then TE Star shows up, comes in onto Spider. We're going to see a huge parry come out, the Volpine Essence pop, and then Star comes right back in and takes control of neutral. Spider, what is going on here? You've got the Volpine Essence, and you're still going to come out not on top of this fight. Star able to clean it up. He's got the mad read on it. Star with the early elimination there onto Spider. And you know how Spider is. He's very much a momentum-based player. This is going to slow him down pretty hard for this game, Seb.
Yeah, and losing that Volpine Essence early is definitely something that he did not want to happen. He wanted to at least have that for that first round with Yang. And the fact that he was being forced to take the respawn so late into this first circle is going to give him a more difficult chance to scale up into this game. He won't be able to take first Yang. He might not even be able to take second Yang given his situation. It's going to be very difficult for him to make a play off of this. And he could have just thrown away his game one pretty quickly here. He does have a chance to bring it back. You know, it's never over for these players. It looks like he's already pretty decently scaled, and it looks like he is going to try and make a play for the Realm of Yang. Is TE Star just full aggression? We saw him get eliminated right off the rip, and now he's just making it the point of his day. He does not want to ruin this. Wang Liang just going to be taking to the sky here, burning his ultimate as much as possible. He's got 23 seconds left to kite out. He burned his ult a little bit early just to be able to secure himself that spot. Takes himself very, very high in the air. We do see Frostivus in the surrounding area as well. Mike looks like he's got himself a Yang portal all to himself with 10 seconds left on the timer. He's going to be able to go in there completely for free and uncontested. Oh, the Swift cut. I'm so interested to see the Swift cut come through into the solo games. We haven't seen too much play of it coming through, so it's going to be a fun one to see that happen here. As Mike holding on the outside, it looks like we're going to see ASE's XY versus Fun Plus Phoenix's versus Valda versus a Matari. Now, with the Valda rework, is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, Zhang Yuan airborne here. Again, that Valda rework really going to come in play, and that's why we're starting to see her come through here in the solos. Verse here down below is able to get that first dash up, a little bit of extra damage there. The actual really good use of the F here by Zhang Yuan to get away from the excess follow-up damage there by Verse. You don't see a lot of that coming in from Valda players. Zhang Yuan with a massive parry as well with the follow-up. They know Verse has no place to go. They're able to get in. Verse able to just get away from that poke there, from that very quick scale rush. Zhang Yuan looking for another way back in. The parry comes back in from Verse. Max range parry at that, but now Zhang Yuan in a huge position there with the katana into the weapon swap there and cleans up that fight. Never even has to use their ultimate, Seb.
That was absolutely dirty. Oh my goodness. The weapon swap over from Pryo into the staff, over getting that follow-up damage from the focus attack as well. Just doing such a good job of completely controlling the Realm of Yang here. Now we're seeing a Kylan fight as Chu Zhang now on the weaker side. Gonna ult second here, so he does have the upper hand with the ultimates. It's gonna who's hit their Kylan slashes first. Looks like Chu Zhang is gonna get sent for a second there. Arano not taking very much damage. They're both still on their blue Kylan slash. Each of them just biding their time, trying to throw this out as slow as possible. We are going to see Chu Zhang getting hit now. Immortality has been procced, as we are going to see Arano trying to make something happen. Chu Zhang now one Kylan slash left in the back pocket. Ultimate is going to go down. Both of them without ults, but Chu Zhang very, very, very low in HP. Going to get parried out here, and then Arano takes it. Easy textbook play for him here, as we're going to flip over outside the Realm of Yang here. TE Star back into the game, is going to miss the follow-up damage from the ulti here. No ultimate available, but we do see XY still has that ult online. Both of them are going to be taking this fight. Looks like Star does get caught out here. Not going to go for the follow-up damage. XY just going to go for a bit of a reset here as TE Star backing off as well. No ultimates for either of them. No full resets coming from both of these players, and it looks like they are just going to back it off here. XY does have Vermilion, so he could be interested into taking this fight a little bit further. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do as he's starting the chase onto Star here. Star trying to come in with the scale rush. Overhold going to come through into the 1F ability invested from Star. Going to come through with the chase on the spear. Able to get the 1-2 off, but the dodge is going to come through into the scale rush away. It looks like Star does not want any part of this smoke. He sees the staff or the spear, and it's just so much damage getting outputted from that gold spear.
Yeah, absolutely. Zhang Yuan plays this really smart here. He actually lets Star basically take the reset here while he waits for that ultimate to cook down. He knows Valda's going to be in a very vulnerable state trying to take that fight into Star if he's got that ultimate up, regardless of whether he's got his ult online or not. So he waits for that and just wants to play it out in the neutral game here. Star, however, though, absolutely just turns it on to Zhang Yuan. Zhang Yuan, though, luckily, like you said, with that Vermilion Bird's Might, will live to fight another day. He's not going to end up losing any loot there. Unfortunately, he does hand another elimination over to TE Star. He's got back over to JDG's Chu Zhang, trading blows here with Fun Plus Phoenix's verse yet again. Chu Zhang here with that Yang depletion, 3 minutes to find a Soul Bloom to get the cleanse here. Verse taking a lot of damage as Chu Zhang follows up with those jumping LMBs on that katana. It can be a little deceptive just how quickly those hits come out and how well they do actually track. Chu Zhang trying to go for it again, but going to get griefed out by terrain. Verse going to find yet another armor swap, which has been the MO for Verse this entire game. It feels like every time we cut to him, he's finding yet another armor to swap into. Looking to break away here as WBG Spider shows up for the third-party. Spider actually going to go ahead and come in and take that bounty scroll. It's actually going to lock on to Chu Zhang. Verse coming through with a quick teleport. Another one onto Chu Zhang. Chu Zhang going to send him flying here. Chu Zhang trying to turn that attention onto Verse. We do see those cannon shots coming in. Some of the attention onto Verse, but now Chu Zhang really low. Forced to burn the ultimate here just to get that immortality as the rest of this lobby turns onto Verse. They see Chu Zhang pop it. They see that immortality come through and they said, nope, we'll just go ahead and turn onto Verse. Verse here with the white armor in a really bad position. Chu Zhang going to come in after getting most of a reset heal, and he needs to commit to this. He needs to find that Soul Bloom, even if he's not the one who gets the elimination. There we go. He's going to come in. Can he be the one who gets the Soul Bloom? Doesn't look like he will. Chu Zhang misses out on his opportunity to get back in the game. No ultimate, no armor, half HP, and the entire lobby is here to hunt him down. Don't forget, WBG Spider also with the bounty on him. No place to go, no place to hide, and it's OUG's Mike who cleans up the elimination.
Mike picking up a beautiful kill with the pistol shot, and it does look like the entire lobby has decided to converge on this one location where everybody just going for some crazy plays here, and it looks like TG25 ready to take some eliminations off onto Wang Liang. It looks like very, very low in HP. That burn damage from the blistering edge coming through, just dealing so much damage right now, as we're seeing. Doesn't have any reset going off yet. It looks like he was able to get a couple pots off, but he did have to burn that ultimate for that. Cube is going to be set up, but it's in a position where if he does take the cube, some of these players are going to be able to follow up on it. It is on the roof, so if he takes the cube, he better watch out. Now, the Realm of Yang is going to be spawning. He's only got 52 seconds to cure his Yang depletion before he will be completely eliminated from this game. Verse was also trying to make something happen with his Yang depletion, but was able to get the kill, wasn't able to come away with the elimination. Or Chu Zhang, sorry, was not able to get the Soul Bloom. He did get eliminated. Goes out with 3 eliminations, so not too bad on the board, but going out in 11th is not the exact spot that he wants to be in, as all of these players still converging onto this location. It looks like TE Star does have the Yang pass, and wow, Wang Liang needs to get himself a kill. He's only got 18 seconds left, and it looks like no chance for him now. He's going to just try and kite this out and head out. 10 seconds. If anybody gets a bit of damage off, this could be a kill for them, and it looks like a little bit of damage was given, but I don't think it is enough to come away with this elimination, as Star actually is going to be able to come away with the kill. Wow, TE Star going up to the top. That is absolutely insane.
As we head into our second set of Realm of Yang, it's going to be OUG's Mike versus ASC's Zhang Yuan. Can Zhang Yuan come out on top of the odds yet again and win 2 Yangs back-to-back here on the Valda pick? We're to see range shots trading blows here. The clash from the scale rush there. Zhang Yuan trying to find a clean into the fight. Will find control of that neutral there. The F going to be invested on the side of Mike here. And Zhang Yuan unfortunately does miss the Dragon's Rush, but Mike thankfully not coming in with the parry. The Nunchuck's doing a really good job of closing the gap here onto Zhang Yuan, able to avoid those bubbles as well. The uppercut coming in from the spear, though, the pillar griefing him just a little bit. Mike still with ultimate, though. This is what happens when Zipping comes into these Realms of Yang, though. The bubble back online, doesn't even need to pop ult. Zhang Yuan getting caught out here by the Nunchucks is actually able to avoid the tech chase follow-up on the wake-up. With the follow-up coming in some huge damage here, unfortunately, does get griefed out, misses the grapple into the bubble, though. Now the ult gonna come through. Mike in danger of getting caught out. If he can get the Dragon's Rush, no! He goes for the overhold on the RMB can be. So much damage from a legendary spear. If you can land that, Zhang Yuan wastes no time, sending OUG's Mike back out with a Yang depletion.
You got to give Mike his props, though. He hit the 1-2 into the uppercut, and then instead of following it up, he jumped over the bubbles with the craziest parkour I think I've ever seen. I got to give him props for that, because that was such a beautiful play coming through. And then he drops the 2-1-1, isn't able to come away with the focus attack, and that's where he falters. The whole fight gets flipped around. As soon as that focus attack doesn't connect, you can tell his mental's a little bit off. He's frustrated that it doesn't hit, and he ends up going down. Beautiful catch from the spear as well for TE's star to be able to, or XY, sorry, to be able to come through, pick up that spot, and come away with a beautiful elimination. And now we've got EWG's Arano and OUG's Mike on the Yang depletion. They've got 4 minutes and 25 seconds about. They did extend that timer in one of these recent patches, so they do have a lot of time to be able to make up their ground. Right now, they are going to be trying to go for these kills, though, as we are going to see EWG's Arano already on to Spider. No buff in hand for Spider, but he is a very great at kiting. Does have that combo breaker ult online. Is going to be able to hit him with the F2 here. Huge parry going to come out. Arano taking so much damage now. Kylan F going to be invested to be able to block that parry damage. We are going to see Spider coming through into the 1-2, switching over to the longsword here, as he's able to get a little bit of an overhold going into Prio, but Arano able to escape from that fight pretty quickly. Spider doesn't need to take this. He doesn't need to come away with this elimination, but Arano desperately looking for it, as we are going to see on the other side, TE Star fighting against OUG's Mike Star, just ready for this fight. Is going to be able to get that overhold into the gold focus here, and this is anybody's kill. And it looks like XY almost able to follow it up, but the Immortal Defiance proc from the ultimate is going to come through, and now Mike in a very tough spot. TE Star going to be able to come away with the elimination. Star just got killed right off the bat, not even 20 seconds into the game, and he is deciding to tell everybody that's not him. This is not how the game is going to be played. I'm going to show you guys that that was just a slight mistake. Able to get himself enough rage back to have 2 slashes left on his Liam ultimate if he needs. 5 kills on the board for him so far. We've got a couple of big players left in this game. Mike already fully eliminated those. Spider still in the game, no kills on the board. Fong in the game as well with no kills on the board. Arano now spotting Frostivus out. This could be an interesting fight here. It's gonna give Frostivus the opportunity to aggress onto Arano, but Spider waiting in the wings as well could be a bit of a problem. It looks like he is gonna go for the A-coats over the Zeeping, given that the Zeeping has so much sustain. It would be a lot harder to fight out, as Frostivus looks to be safe for now from the fightings. And 2 minutes and 31 seconds left on that Yang depletion. It's going to be very difficult for him to come through with this. F invested from Arano. We're going to see the overhold come through. F2 coming out. Almost gets the prio up, but Arano going to flip that back around into a jumping LMB from Spider. Going to just go for a pot. It looks like Spider is going to end up just grappling away here. Does not want the beef right now. He has no elimination, so going out right now will not be a huge benefit to him, given that he does have a huge pre-pose point score. It's not a huge deficit to be super down in the first game, but the mental of Spider is surely going to take a hit if he's going to go out this early.
Yeah, absolutely. Spider, very much a momentum-based player. He needs to have a good game one for him to have a good day. Occasionally, he is able to bounce back from his own mental and still have good days afterwards, but those days are few and far between. Time will tell if today is going to be one of those days or not. Arano keeping that pressure up, and Spider kind of trying to play keep away here. These players know exactly that some of these players are going to have that Yang depletion, and with the way Arano is so aggressively pressuring to this fight, Spider surely has to have an inkling that this player has got that Yang depletion. So he's doing the smart thing here. He is just trying to wake them out. He does not want to force a fight here in this stage of the game where it's very easy to fall victim to the third party. Arano here already burned the ultimate as well, not able to catch up to Spider. Spider just breaking fully away here so fast. Arano trying to play catch up. Unfortunately, that ult gonna burn out very quickly here. Does not see Spider sitting in the bush. Spider just happy here. Unfortunately, somebody else does. It's Frostivus. Frostivus going to catch a little bit of chip damage there, but not a lot. Narano now taking those long-range pistol shots, trying to head into the zone. I think Arano has decided that he wants to try to go out on his own merits here, but if any of these players chase, it could be very difficult for him to get away without giving an elimination to somebody else. Spider, though, will find the full reset here. Unfortunately, he did have to burn his Octus ultimate there. It's going to leave him fairly vulnerable. Arano here just holding the 2 Na in the zone, waiting to go out. There it is as we take a look back at the replay. TD Star versus EWG's Arano inside the realm of Yang, and Arano just giving him the business here off of these dual blades. The ultimate going to be invested here by Arano. Star just able, look at this, just able to dash in between the dashes there, get some iframes up, takes a couple of hits here, but Star really just waiting out this ultimate, playing really smart here as he is on the Liam. There we go. The ult going to be coming in, invested on his side. He gets Arano inside of it. He knows if Arano steps away there, he can just pop back into it, and sure enough, he does with the follow-up, the re-aerial juggle into the re-ultimate again, and he just TKOs him right then and there.
Absolutely beautiful kill coming out as we are going to be taking a look now. TE Star going to be trying to go to contest, and it looks like Frostivus is trying to jump into the mix as well, seeing if he can get some pot shots off with his cannon. And it looks like Purple's full sword in hand for Frostivus as well, going to be able to give some big damage up, just hopping right on the outskirts of the circle and trying to deal some damage. It's right next to Fung. We are going to see XY does have only a gray hung sword, but with this ultimate, going to be able to pop that as well. Switches back over to the golden staff that he had in the back pocket, and a spear that he's got as well. He's going to be able to catch 2 players into that spear ultimate, as we are going to see him scaling up to the side of the mountain, using that Aurora Burst to hold the zone, even if it was only a gray hung sword. Super great play. Now he's out of his ultimate, still has it online though, as he was able to pick up that buff. The White Tiger's prowess is going to be super crucial to XY's performance here. Now, if he's able to come away with any sort of elimination, it could trigger an entire series of Thanos snaps, as we like to call it, that we've seen in the trios games, and he's going to have a huge advantage. With 2 minutes and 19 seconds on this, he's going to be hungry for eliminations. The 80% Bane is going to be dropping onto the playing field now too, as we are going to be seeing these players going to start to try and play on the outskirts of this Bane, as it is covering almost 80% of the map, is why we call it the 80% Bane. XY now trying to send AS into the Bane here, as taking a lot of damage. All of these players relentlessly trying to come through and see if they can come away with a bit of an elimination, and Frostivus comes away with the kill. The cannon shot into the damage, as XY able to pick himself up the Soul Bloom, bringing it back around. He's got a gold armor swap in the back pocket, almost gets hit by the Bane there, as it looks like he's doing a great job of dodging around, but Frostivus now was in 11th place and now is up to 6th position here, looking very, very nice. I know we're, keeping an extra eye on him when we take a look into the back pocket of what XY's got in his inventory. He's got gold halberds, gold staff, gold spear. I'd love to see a generic swap come out. It could be a possibility. We might get to see it. Very unlikely. And he's also got that Mortal Defiance. That's going to be something that's going to be very, very difficult to deal with in those final circles. That heal off could be detrimental, especially with the fact that Volda Ultimate is giving you so much extra HP. This heal off could be very detrimental to a player like Frostivus, who's playing on a hero that gives you a lot of heals. He's using every single opportunity to pick up extra heals with XY here, as it looks like Spider going to be heading into the zone, taking a bit of damage, trying to scale away. XY just hungry for the chase here. Ultimate online now for Spider. He's going to try and go for an uppercut, but the jumping LMB is going to come through back around, and now Frostivus sending in some pot shots with the cannon again. He's got Meteor in his hand as well. This is going to be an interesting one. If he's able to hit these Meteor shots onto Spider, getting that third-party elimination, putting him up to 3 kills could be super huge for him, as XY's going to come in with a huge one too, coming around as KLA C225 as well, sending some shots in. Frostivus just sending a lot of damage in with that cannon, going to try and bring something around. Spider trying to flip the attention onto Frostivus, but now he's taking so much damage, getting the slash over, gets the Tiger Pounce onto T225, is going to be able to get a bit of siphon off of that here, does know where Frostivus is going to be able to get him into priority here, jumping him into the circle, and no, this is not the place where Frostivus wants to be. He's going to back out here. Now ultimate invested, and it looks like T225 is going to get the pick onto Spider, but now Frostivus in a lot of trouble. Whole lobby is going to be focusing onto him now. Everybody trying to get a piece of the player that's low is going to have to scale out, and around is not in a very good position here.
Yeah, this is exactly where you don't want to be as the zipping player right now. Forced to burn your ultimate here before Zone 6 collapses onto Zone 7. And the rest of the lobby realizes an opportunity to remove the worst possible character to have to go to end circle and have that heal off with. They know Frostivus is vulnerable here, knows that ult's not going to be coming back online, but the pressure abates for some reason, and Frostivus will be able to get a reset here. Everybody turns their attention away. Everybody just starts to look to hold their own corner here and let Frostivus continue to punish this lobby. Absolutely insane turn of events there for Frostivus. You would think the lobby would have aggressed much harder onto that, knowing that he burned the ultimate, knowing that he burned that F, wasn't going to be up for another 13 seconds here. This lobby very easily could have found the pick and elimination onto Frostivus there if they continued to keep the pressure up. Now they're going to have to worry about going to end circle and having to fight a zipping in that heal off space. So it's going to be a very interesting game. 5 players left remaining. TE Star, ASC's Zhao Yuan, DRG's Fong, KLA's T225, and Alliance's Frostivus all looking to trade blows here in the final moments of game number 1 as we take a look at what's in the back pocket of DRG's Fong here. And it looks like Fong struggling to scale up this game, which is why he's currently sitting with 0 eliminations. He's going to have to make something happen here in these final moments if he wants to walk out on top of this lobby. Frostivus trying to avoid that legendary Soul Jade there from Zhao Yuan. Zhao Yuan, unfortunately, only with a white Hong sword to be able to use it, but that silence is still a huge threat in these final moments. T225 trying to get that blistering edge off in the direction of Alliance's Frostivus. TE Star gets some of that heal cut out. Unfortunately, doesn't catch too much damage, but Frostivus now going to go extremely low again, forced to burn the bubble here, but Frostivus still with the ult in the back pocket in a very strong position. Some bow shots coming out onto Star, but Frostivus walking into the silence here. This is the opportunity. The overhead from the staff will clean up Frostivus. The silence keeping him from doing anything about the follow-up there. The blistering edge coming out from T225 onto TE Star. Star now needs to make a play here. That ultimate not online, up to 89%. He needs to keep the game alive till he can get the ultimate going, and he needs to get it fast because once this circle starts to close, it's going to be very small. He's trying to get a pot off, but he's going to be pushed away by DRG's Fong. That Cav Bloom being a real threat here for Star, forced to end the pot just moments before it goes off. Now the dash coming in. Star going to take some more damage here. The ult online, but he drops down into the silence there. Star trying to come in. There we go with the staff. Will go in, will pop the ultimate here now, trying to keep his game alive, but he falls down into it yet again. Going to take a ton of damage, forced to burn the ultimate just to keep the game alive here. Fong trying to come in with the Cav Bloom, shove these players into the zone. We're going to see huge damage coming in from the blistering edge onto multiple players. Zhao Yuan going to use that ultimate there, get that 2k HP, goes for the overhead there off of that spear. Unfortunately misses both players, goes for another water spear, not going to find it. Blistering edge coming through yet again. T225 goes so low, but it's Star who picks up the elimination. Zhao Yuan just gets thrown away. He's going to come out on top just because of the vault to heal off. But the question is, does he have enough points? Yes, he does. It looks like he's going to be walking away our MVP for game number 1.
Oh my
it's going to be TE Star. Let's
goodness. TE Star was able to come away with a few more eliminations. Star was able to steal away that 1 kill near the very end on DeKayla's T225, basically sealing the fate of the lobby at that point, as he was also able to pick up that kill onto Frostivus. I believe he had ended the game with 6 or 7 eliminations. Very beautiful game coming out from Star to show exactly what kind of business these players mean, and yet so unfortunate Frostivus getting caught into that Aurora burst from ASC's XY into the follow-up from TE Star coming around.
Expect the exact same thing here in game number 2 as we cut over to TE Star. Our MVP from game number 1, already looting up here, looking to go ahead and take an early fight into Zhao Yuan here. Zhao Yuan with no armor, massive parry coming in from Star, waits for it, goes for the overhold there into the huge overhead off of the pole sword. Lots of damage coming out. He literally needs 1 more tick of damage here to catch on to Zhao Yuan before Zhao Yuan can find some armor. But Zhao Yuan actually gets the Dragon's Rush into the net, just goes for the uppercut combo here, but he drops it. Star walks back into the neutral though, and and John Yuan comes out on top. What a turn of events as we cut over to JL's AIS into WBG Spider. Spider on the back foot, but with a huge parry, turns things around. He just needs to find it in here with the nunchucks, going for the bow shots. The TP coming in, though, from AIS as he cleans up an early elimination onto Spider, and we've got 2 kills on the board already.
Star, first person eliminated again. You know, I'm not saying we're seeing a trend here, but this was how he got set up for MVP last game. So jumping into game number 2, he could have a similar strategy there. It was very, very close battle there. He was extremely close to being able to come away with something. You're going to see Frostivus able to get the overhold onto Mike there, taking a little bit of his blue shield away, gets the 1 off, baits out the F here as the Fun Plus Phoenix's verse is going to knock out that secondary stun from the F. Is Mike going to try and scale away here? He does have a dagger, so the scale rushes are going to come in handy, but Frostivus as well on the dagger, going to try and see if he's going to be able to flank onto the side. Mike able to get an armor swap, trying to go for the overhold here first, doing a great job of dodging out of that as Mike just trying to hold space here. Going to go for that charged RMB with the dagger, taking a little bit of some pot shots here from the musket. And it looks like he's gone down almost fully out of that gray shield. Is going to be able to bring that back, though. 1 pot is going to fully heal his shield as he only has the gray one on right now. T-Star able to come away again, already back into the fights. EWG's Arano now taking so much damage. Going to be forced to scale out of here. And Star just ultra aggro right off the rip is absolutely crazy. Catches the uppercut. Oh my goodness. Goes into an armor swap, but it's not a full armor. Gets the overhead slam, but doesn't connect on the follow-up. And then the jumping LMB. Star already has a kill on the board. The momentum is crazy from him. He takes his life to a soul altar and ends up coming away with the elimination here, as we are going to see the overhead LMB coming through from Frostivus. Now has both of these players extremely low, is going to try and focus his energy onto OUG's Mike right now into this area. We are going to see the scale rush getting messed up a little bit now. Mike on the back end trying to see if he can kite out of this, is going to be able to get away pretty quickly here. It gets the overhead slam on to Verse as all 3 of these players fighting it out. Frostivus has the most HP right now with the armor and the weapon advantage for into most of these fights, as Mike trying to make something happen onto Verse now in the back end, trying to see if he can get the elimination, as now the Kylan ultimate is going to be invested here, and this could be terrible for Mike, as Mike is trying to back out of this as fast as possible, getting the scale rushes away here, but now he's out into the open, and there we go. Fun Plus Phoenix's Verse is going to pick up the elimination and now turns all of his attention over onto Frostivus. Is going to be able to avoid most of these slashes. Immortality proc is going to come out, and now Frostivus is in a lot of trouble if he's able to dodge out one more here, as we do see the Kylan as the ultimate is going to get invested now from Frostivus. Huge parry going to come out, though. Frost could be in a lot of trouble. It does have that F available. It's going to go for a bit of a reset here quickly, as Frostivus trying to go for Burst, trying to go for that 1-2 here into that focus attack. Ultimate is going to be down, trying to hold blue through here. You're going to see the clank coming out from both of these players, trying to get that last little bit of damage in. Now Frostivus on the back end of this fight. The jump LMBs are going to take him out. Verse able to turn that into 2 eliminations. The Kylan ultimate just so incredibly strong. And now we're flipping over to JDG's Chu Zhang, fighting against KLA's T225. Gold fist blades in hand, going to send that ultimate out, and both of these ultimates going to be invested at the same time. T225 going to try and see if he can get a Kylan slash off into the follow-up. JDG's Chu Zhang, 1 HP in a dream right now, going to try and run away, gets an armor swap out, does only have 1 little bit of white health left. If KLA's T225 misses one of these Kylan slashes, he could be in a lot of trouble, though, as the prio grabs from the ultimates. He can still use those basic tiger pounces, as the ultimate is going to end up going down. Both of these players are going to take a reset.
Yeah, Chu Zhang making the smart decision there to back away. Crazy fights already coming into the game, as we have about 7 eliminations on the board already. KLA's T25 wants to keep the pressure up here, though. Chu Zhang, though, with those legendary fist blades in a really strong position if he can take control of neutral, but T225 not having any of it. The uphill battle here with the staff actually doing so much damage to Chu Zhang. Chu Zhang, no F, no ultimate available, and T225 here could be in a really strong position to go ahead and gear up early. Those legendary fist blades going to go a long way here on Kai Lin, as he is able to clean up Chu Zhang here. Will scale into those legendary fist blades. Chu Zhang able to get to the podium, able to secure that legendary weapon, but all he does and really succeeds in doing is feeding it to KLA's T225 as he finds his 2nd elimination this game, and that means that ultimate going forward going to be doing so much more damage, Seb.
Yeah, gold Kylan ult is not something I want to be on the other side of. That is going to be a very, very difficult play to try and make happen there. As TE Star on the other side, one elimination on the board so far. It looks like he is going to try and go for this Realm of Yang. Blue armor, blue weapons. So he's not fully scaled right now, but a win in the Realm of Yang on Hottie could be the exact thing he needs to continue his gameplay to a higher level. So we're going to see now Fun Plus Phoenix's verse getting himself on to that Yang portal as TT25 and Wolves Wang Liang are going to be fighting it out here. TT25 taking a lot of damage. The cannon shot going to come out from Wang Liang is able to deal a decent amount of damage onto that as TT25 in a lot of trouble now. He's no shield available right now for him. He is going to just go for a quick pot reset as Wang Liang as well going to hit himself a bit of a reset into this as he's going to try and go for that overhold. He hits the max distance focus as Kaylee's CG5 as well going to be able to hit himself a focus attack as now the ultimate going to get invested with 17 seconds left. He is just going to need to kite this out for another few seconds, and now Wang Liang going to end up getting caught out by all of these players here, forced to back off, getting hit. Oh my goodness, this could be it for him here. He is going to be able to get out of the dangerous flowers as Wolves Wang Liang taking himself incredibly low, almost getting fully eliminated into this game. But we come back around as Chuzhang going to try and contest this fight with Kaylee's T225, going to wait for that Realm of Yang to fill up before entering here, getting himself a little bit of a break before this Yang decides to pop off. Looks like he's just not fully ready to enter yet, as looks like Spider going to be on the other side. Blue armor, blue weapons. Kylan ult is not going to be as effective. So Chuzhang entering right now could be the play for him, but it looks like XY is going to be fighting against Spider. Hottie versus Kylan. Kylan usually winning in this lineup, as we are going to see Chuzhang versus Verse on the other side of the Realm of Yang.
Yeah, SC Zhang Yuan here coming in versus WBG Spider. We see both of them go airborne. That pistol shot going to do just a little bit of chip damage here. Zhang Yuan still trying to stick to his guns with the melee weapon, looking for a clean intro to this fight. WBG Spider taking some range damage there off of Zhang Yuan's pistol as well, though. Spider trying to go for the reset. Will come around the corner there with a very clean LMB there off of the dagger, trying to find it yet again. Will find another one off the back of the F. Decides he's going to go ahead and invest the ultimate here, but he's about to be taken for a ride here by Zhang Yuan as he gets him stuck to the wall here. Able to find the re-grapple. We see the immortality proc keeping him alive here, but he gets put back in. The poison splash to add insult to injury, and oh my goodness, WBG Spider is able to activate the ultimate but not use it.
Oh my goodness, the disrespect into the wall, into the triple carousel. That is just an insane play, ladies and gentlemen. Being able to pull that off, the spacing has to be perfect. Your button presses have to be perfect. Your directional inputs have to be perfect. This is something that is very, very difficult to deal with. And lots of these players have a lot of difficulty trying to pull this off. And for him to be able to do that against Spider while the ultimate's proc, the one prio that he was able to hit, just costing Spider the game there in this Realm of Yang, as we are going to flip over Fist Blades versus Fist Blades, blue armor versus blue armor. This is a pretty evenly spread matchup right now. Hottie versus Matari, both of them just charging in each other's faces, trying to go for a scale rush play right now as Star scale rushing onto the other side. AIS trying to make something happen with these Fist Blades, both of them going for the charge here, and the prio is going to come out with the F ability invested from Star on the back end. And this is the mirror matchup. If AIS is able to make Star burn his ultimate, then he's able to do something very well, as we do see the parry coming through into the jump LMB, into the jump LMB. JL's AIS with 2 jump LMBs off the parry, able to come through and pick up an absolutely insane kill, stacking him up with some purple armor, some gold weaponry, some good soul jades, and that Vermilion Bird Might buff.
Yeah, absolutely crazy plays there from AIS. Very, very clean with the Fist Blades as well. Into the double jumping LMB follow-up once he finds control here as we cut over to EWG's Arano here, trading blows with WBG Spider. Spider off to a tear here as Arano already has all of his armor ripped away. Spider with the clanks, keeping him from being able to gain any distance here off of these grapples. Going to force Arano to burn the ultimate F very soon, if he even gets the opportunity to. No, Spider just says no. He's able to find the pickup, and before he ever touches the ground, Spider will eliminate him, and Spider finds his first elimination here in the game. Absolutely huge for him as he's able to cleanse that Yang depletion as well. WBG Spider will live to fight another day as we cut over to TE Star. In a very similar situation, our winner from last game now, unfortunately, does not come out on top inside that Realm of Yang, has 3 minutes 22 seconds to find himself a Soul Bloom to cleanse this Yang depletion. JDG's Chu Zhang around the corner here in a very similar situation. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Decides it's time to go ahead and start chasing onto this kill here with TE Star. Star opens the fight with a massive parry with the follow-up, immediately strips the armor away from JDG's Chu Zhang. Chu Zhang now knowing they're on the back foot here, goes for the staff. The F going to be invested on the side of TE Star to break away from it. Doesn't want to let him get any value, as now Wolves Wang Liang shows up to the fight as well for the third party. Chu Zhang just continuing to take chip damage left, right, and center here. Star letting Wang Liang do a little bit of the work here for him before he shows up. Another parry onto Chu Zhang, and these parries costing Chu Zhang so much in this fight. Chu Zhang forced to burn that Akko's ultimate here. 1 minute and 26 seconds left remaining before the Yang depletion does him in. He's able to get one shield pot off here. Star waiting around the corner. He's going to miss the Tiger Leap onto Star. Starting to burn the F again to make sure he doesn't get collapsed onto here. Chu Zhang so low as all three of these players look to put an end to JDG's Chu Zhang. Star keeping the pressure up. He's going to get caught out in the Wisp from behind there. I believe it was Frosted as he was able to land that Wisp on him from Temi. Star forced to pressure back into this fight here with the ultimate, because he also only has 2 minutes left remaining before Yang depletion does him in. He's playing patiently here, waiting for the rest of the lobby to do a little bit of work here for him, because he knows how vulnerable he is now. Chu Zhang also knows he's in a vulnerable state and wants to come in and get a piece of that. He's immediately stripping the armor off of him. Our boy goes so low, the Wisp comes in, he's not quite able to connect to it. Frostfist misses the opportunity. Chu Zhang trying to use the space here, the scale rushing to break away. 29 seconds left remaining. TE Star in a very similar situation with 1 minute and 30 seconds. Just needs to outlive Chu Zhang here and get his hands on that Soul Bloom to keep his game alive. Star with the armor swap there, holding onto the white right now, not in a very strong position. Chu Zhang heads out into the zone, and this is a nightmare for TE Star, who needs to collect that Soul Bloom, but he's going to have to do it while he's out in the zone with all of these players giving chase. Chu Zhang going to go down any second here to the Yang depletion. Star needs to get on him. Chu Zhang does go down. Star doesn't get the elimination, doesn't get the Soul Bloom either. The Sandsburg going to be popped. The F invested here. There's no place for Star to go. The Zone Tick's going to do him in. Wolves Wang Liang cleans up the elimination, but Frostivus shows up. Oh my goodness, the ultimate will actually send Frostivus flying backwards here as the fight continues inside the zone.
Frostivus taking to the zone, able to steal the Soul Bloom away. Wasn't 100% sure if that was one of the players that was on Yang depletion, so he's able to take it away from Wang Liang there, preventing the heal. Getting that Wisp onto Wang Liang as well was a super huge play, but Wang Liang still had that ultimate to be able to save him here, and it looks like he might actually go out to zone right now. Very, very low in HP. Needs to get himself in. Is going to be able to with 1 HP and a dream, but Fong! Oh my goodness! Fong goes out to zone! Oh my goodness, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? DRG's Fong is going to get eliminated by the Storm. Everybody getting extremely greedy into that fight. They didn't realize how far away they were from safety, as it looks like Fong very disappointed in himself for that game. The performance in the bi-weekly not reflecting too well on his performance in the finals right now, as WBG Spider facing off against KLA's T225 in the Realm of Yang here. Fistblades versus Fistblades, those gold ones dealing so much damage. Spider bringing it back around, the F ability going to get invested. Ultimate invested from KLA's T225. We're going to see Spider with the ultimate back as well here, as we're going to see Spider getting caught out by the first one. Immortality proc, and this is what we see. Spider not able to get any utility out of his ultimate because of the fact that these players are just dealing so much damage to them. Immortality still available for KLA's T225. We are going to see that happen. Immortality coming out now, as he does miss the first 2 slashes, doesn't miss, hits the third, as we do see 1 HP and a dream for both of these players as we go, and KLA's T225 is able to come away with the victory. WBG Spider just having an absolute terrible turn of events in these Realm of Yangs here, as all of these players unable to make anything happen against Spider, unable to make anything happen against all of these players, as TT25 is going to be victorious with his 3rd kill. Legendary Fistblades, legendary armor, legendary weapons, legendary Jades, and the buff coming through. Absolutely beautiful performance in Spider. Hungry for a kill. He's got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, absolutely the worst possible player Spider could have went into that Realm of Yang was Kele's T225. The difference in power there between the blue fist blades he had at the time versus those legendary fist blades just means he's at such a massive disadvantage, especially once they go ult for ult, because T225 is just going to get so much extra damage out of that ultimate. It's going to make it very hard for Spider not to see his immortality proc first, which is exactly what we see. And then once that happens, T225 is in a very, very comfortable position just to win that fight, and win that fight he does in the end there. And now the scale on T225 with a legendary set of armor, legendary fist blades, he is set up for success heading into the end game here with 3 eliminations. Fun plus Phoenix's Verse, though, 5 eliminations on the board. Verse has been putting in absolute work here. Verse with a legendary weapon in his back pocket as well. A legendary Hong Sword going to be setting him up for success, especially if he's got the Jades to back it up there. He's going to be in a really good position as we head into the late game. Wolves, Wang Liang here inside Plume Castle, ASE Zhuan Yuan, Alliance's Frostivus, all hanging out nearby. Want to make sure that they can hold on to Plumed Castle for as long as possible, get that movement going until the zone swallows it completely up. WBG Spider, 3 minutes and 38 seconds, is looking for a fight to break out for him to be able to jump into, for him to be able to find a good, clean third party onto, but he can't wait too long. He's got 3 minutes and 28 seconds, decides he's going to turn his attention onto Wolves. Wang Liang, musket shots come in from left, right, and center. Wang Liang going to do a ton of damage onto Spider as well. Spider gets a little bit of a reset, but the damage continues to truck in onto Spider. It's Wang Liang, though, who goes really low. Spider going to use the opportunity to come topside, look for the clean elimination here onto Wang Liang. Doesn't quite catch it. He's got to chase this elimination here into the zone and find a very quickly. There it is. He's going to be able to get the elimination. Can he get the Soul Bloom? He does. Spider will live to see another day, but now he's got to contest with T225 yet again, and T225 coming in on that ultimate, going to be doing a ton of damage. The ult going to end here for WBG's Spider. T225 with the re-grapple onto Spider. Spider gets the elimination. Spider gets the Soul Bloom, but I don't think he's going to live to see another day. The zone tick as he touches the edge of the circle, still catches his pinky toe, and WBG Spider goes down, and T225 picks up his 4th elimination of the game.
Wow, T225 doing a great job of just grapple canceling Spider for him, and then he misses that scale rush in the panic. He hits himself onto the wall, the terrain griefing him just a little bit. I mean, more than a little bit there. And Kele picking up his 4th elimination of the game. Verse and T225, they're on 4 and 5 eliminations apiece. Everybody else, XY on 3 right now, who has passed over TE Star for that first place. We are going to take a look at a little bit of a replay in this Realm of Yang. Chuzhong versus Verse. We're seeing the scale rush coming out, the clink going to happen from the jump LMB, but Verse able to pick up that 1-2-3, doesn't get the blue focus damage. So you're going to see the F coming out from both of these players to counter each other out, as the ultimate going to come through. The jumping RMB coming through as well. The jump, or the crouch LMB, my mistake, as we do get to see the little kick coming through from those fist blades, and the damage follow-up coming through from Verse on that purple Kylanol. Just so much damage, as we do see Verse doing a little bit of shopping for himself. Doesn't have too much money, so he's going to be just picking up after what everybody else has dropped down. I believe that's a nunchuck gold jade there. Not 100% sure. You can't quote me on that because my Chinese is not the greatest, especially my reading, but we're going to safely assume that's the Dragon Roar jade from the nunchucks. And OUG's mic up on the top side here. We do see the Spirit Well is going to be spawning pretty soon, as Mystic Might will be the buff. So these players aren't going to be contesting it as much as if it was a White Tiger's Prowess. But that gold armor, super coveted, the gold jades, could be very, very useful for some of these players only on purple armor. And having that armor swap in the back pocket for players that are already on gold armor is something that these players definitely covet. As we're now taking to the skies with JL's AIS. Looks like he's going to be hopping on the ballista tower here. Could be getting some cheeky little damage shots in, as it looks like. Ooh, ASE in the crosshairs right now. Hits him once. Doesn't get the second hit off, but that burn damage going to be so much, as XY going to be forced to use that F to get out of there. Now they're in full range of the ballista, I believe, as they are going to take to the skies. As the Tesla ultimate going to come out. Mike is going to be trying to give as much chase as possible, but the Tesla ult going to be able to deal a lot of damage off from a musket shot from the back end as the jumping LMBs into the scale rush going to be coming through. Scale rush does not connect for Mike. F ability invested one more time. XY on 1 HP right now. Mike trying to send some bow shots through, is going to just try and weave and dodge, and this is a perfect area as we do see the Gecko Foot coming into play as well, getting him up onto the top of this pillar a lot faster, able to drop down now, giving himself the opportunity for a very big reset right now as JL's AIS jumping in onto the back end as well, trying to see if he can pick up this elimination, hiding himself on the very edge of the circle. He's able to break the ankles of both of these players and keep himself in this game.
Yeah, absolutely huge for Juan here. You know, a very bad position for him to be. That ballista shot setting him up for failure, but he makes the smart decision. That rock he actually ends up immediately ulting towards and getting to is the exact 100-meter mark there for the ballista, which means once you're on the other side of it, the ballista just can't hit you. For those of you at home who don't know, the ballista has exactly a 100-meter range, and the shots post that just disappear. As we're talking about that, Kaylee's 225 just comes around the corner there and cleans up OUG's Mike, who finds himself a little too close for comfort there. T225 finding his 5th elimination of the game, going to tie himself up here with the likes of Verse, as we are down to our last 5 players left remaining alive as Zone 4 collapses onto Zone 5. We're to see that last late game Bane's Breath getting ready to come through here quite shortly. So many of these players not looking to overcommit onto these fights. Yuan here in a decent position. He's 90% of the way to ult. A lot of these players think he's still vulnerable, that he doesn't have that ult. He's going to have it back online very shortly. So he just needs to break ankles here for a couple of seconds until that Bane gets ready to come through and his ult's back online. And sure enough, there it is. The ult's going to be back online. The Bane going to be coming through now as well. Jean Yuan wants to sit right here in the building where the Bane's right there on the edge, but he's got a good position to reset here. OnePlus Phoenix's Verse trying to come in and evict him from the building, but Jean Yuan just continuing to use the scale rush to keep things moving, as well as the threat of the Bane's Breath there on the edge. T225 still wants to come in and trade blows with him there. T225 playing this very, very smart as he slips away here with those legendary fist blades, holding on for dear life. Jean Yuan, though, still the target of the lobby as he continues to break away. He's looking to make something happen, going to be forced into burning that ultimate that he finally got back online here after what happened earlier. He gets the ult online. He's not going to be able to get the heals up, though. He's going to immediately be demeched. This is a nightmare scenario for Jean Yuan and JL's AIS. It's going to be a dreamland for him as he cleans up the elimination, but now he's going to go low, and this dream might very quickly turn into a nightmare. Funfulous Phoenix's Verse kills Frostivus off screen. AIS goes so low. T225 coming over to set up for the elimination. AIS still holding over the ult. We'll find the full reset. 3 players left alive. T225 just wants to create as much pressure onto AIS as possible. Verse T225, 6 and 5 eliminations apiece here. Who's going to take it home, Seb? Things are getting absolutely spicy here in our game number 2.
You knew it was over the second T225 and Verse just looked at each other and said, we're both Kylans. Let's just take out everybody that's not a Kylan. This is a Kylan preferred species lobby right now, as all of these players going on to the non-Kylan players. We saw them take out the Hottie first. That's who they wanted to go out, as they wanted XY down and out of the lobby. They wanted that Kylan gone. AIS was able to pick up the elimination, but they were happy the Kylan was gone, or the Hottie was gone nonetheless. And now both of these Kylan players are going to try and take out the Matari. And as soon as all of the non-Kylan heroes are out of the game, they will be able to face off in a legendary 1v1 battle. Is you know, it'd be kind of poetic to see if T225 gets the kill into AIS, then we have a 6 kills and 6 kills in a 1v1 to see who's going to come away MVP. And right now we're seeing AIS just absolutely doing a beautiful job of trying to kite here, but it's just very difficult for him. I'm going to try and see if he can get a little bit of siphon damage off from that F charge. He's going to try and go again, misses it as well. We're going to see the teleport coming through, tries to go for the parry. It looks like T225 accidentally hitting FunPlus Phoenix's Verse is going to let Verse go for a bit of a reset while he keeps the chase up on to AIS, and they just want this player out as fast as possible. They're going to keep trying to kite around. He does need to focus the attention and get one of these players lower, and it looks like Verse is going to be the one to come away with the elimination. So it really is whoever gets the kill here, and it looks like Kaylee's T225 is going to get hit with a huge parry. The sap damage going to be immense, and the heal going to come through and another sap. And wow, Verse with 2 beautiful parries to finish the game off with 8 eliminations and a first place finish. Very crazy for the points coming through.
Absolutely huge for Verse. What a game. You know, when we started that game, we basically didn't talk about Verse. All of a sudden, we get into that mid-game, heading into late game. Verse comes out of the realm of Yang. He's like, cool, I have 5 eliminations now. Basically just flew under the radar for us the entire game and then showed up and showed out here as he finds another 3 eliminations. And T225, who made this lobby look like rookies the entire day here, all of a sudden just gets done dirty. Verse finds not 1 parry, but 2 extremely clean parries on him and makes it look easy in the 1v1 that we see come up between T225 and Verse there. I expected that fight to go a lot.
Kills are going to happen. We're going to see everybody spread out. And these players will be starting as the fights go on. But right now, we're seeing Wang Liang fighting against T225. They both picked up a weapon. Great use of the dodge there into the 1-2, overholding that Fist Blades, and is able to come away with a whole lot of damage. Frostivus trying to bring it around now. Fun Plus Phoenix's Verse fighting against Frostivus, able to get that overhold charge on, turning it around. Tries to do the same thing again. Verse trying to make something happen. Goes for the parry now, as it is in the back of his head that he's going to let that out, and he does let it go here, as Frostivus is going to be able to turn that around. Trying to go for the musket shot is Verse. Isn't going to be able to get the grapple, so here Frostivus has an opportunity to reset. Isn't going to take it. It looks like they're both just going to go and they're separate ways right now, as Verse is going to still go for that full aggression. Armor swap found by Frostivus, so he is in a better position to take this fight. So it looks like he does want to get something to happen, and he gets a huge parry coming out. F ability is going to be invested. Verse losing most of his armor. Going to try and bring these fight back around, seeing if he can make something happen with the Fist Blades. Into the 1-2, into the 1-2-3 here, into cancel animation. Frostivus doing a great job of keeping the chase up, but we do see the armor swap available for Verse, but he's not going to be able to connect with it. Into the 1-2-3 is going to be able to bring it around now. Frostivus on the back foot. This could be a lot of trouble for him. The 1-2 going to come out from Frostivus as he's going to bring it back around. The musket shot is going to connect now. Verse able to hit a jumping LMB. Frostivus able to get that blue armor swap off now. Verse on the back foot of this fight, going to try and kite away, and it looks like he's able to get away pretty fast. Frostivus still giving that chase. We're going to see if he's able to get an armor swap, but it looks like Frostivus was able to steal the armor swap. Verse onto that gray armor, was able to get himself a little bit back. F ability invested from Frostivus here. Looks like he might try and just go for a bit of a reset, as Verse going to try and bring this back into the fight. F ability available for Verse as well. Frostivus backing off. Ultimate almost available for both of these players. Frostivus is hungry for this kill just as much as Verse, but Verse had a little bit of a disadvantage with the armor and the weapons, as we do see them part ways for a little bit, and it looks like Frostivus is just going to end up kind of kite out.
Yeah, Frostivus making a smart decision here. I do believe the Voldo there are going to have a little bit of advantage into that fight. EWG's Arano here trading up blows with Jail's AIS. So Arano on that white armor, most of it shredded away. AIS in a very similar situation as we cut back over to Alliance's Frostivus versus Fun Plus Phoenix's Verse. Frostivus decides he wants to smoke. He wants to take this fight here, especially because he's got the armor advantage. He's going to try to press it while he can here, as we see Verse down below here with the Fist Blades trying to make something happen. Frostivus with really clean reads into these Fist Blades here on the nunchucks. Nunchucks being one of Frostivus's favored weapons, if you're unaware. A lot of tech coming out here from Frostivus just to keep the pressure up. The reads very, very strong onto Verse here from the Fist Blades. Now Frostivus coming in, able to push past the bubbles. The ult getting be inversed by Verse here, and Frostivus still full HP in a very strong position here if he can hold out for the duration of this ult. But Verse tries to get the downhill. Frostivus going to use the F to break away there so he doesn't get carried away. But we do see huge damage coming in. Frostivus going to use the ult to counteract it here. The timing really good for Frostivus as Verse's ult comes out, but no! The hot swap to the musket shot into the headshot, and Frostivus disappears.
Oh no! Ultimate timer ended for Verse. He just needed to send the one more ult charge out, catch him, get the prio, come away with the elimination. But Verse on 20.2, closest to match point that we've seen. One elimination on the board for him so far, and Fung trying to make his footing into this game. As we do take a look at the scoreboard here, Wang Liang's got 3 eliminations already, which is absolutely insane. AIS is going to get caught out by this. We're going to see the Mortal Proc coming out, as we do see him coming through with a full charge coming out. F ability is going to be invested. Now, AIS going to try and make something happen with the Kylan ultimate. Scale rushing is going to be avoided, as Jail's AIS going to bring this fight back to reset here as Wang Liang trying to come in for his 4th elimination of the game. DRG's Fong not having it. Looks like he's going to back out. Wang Liang going to take that blue armor and go for a reset just to try and get him a little bit of an advantage next time they run into each other in this fight, as it looks like we're now flipping over to ASE's XY. XY on the spear today has just been an absolute menace, and now the siphon damage coming through. Beautiful tap dodge roll, but the F from the ultimate, gold focus, heavy damage. JDG Shujong able to pick up a beautiful elimination with the F ability thrust from Matari here, as he does end up burning his ultimate, but he's got 31% charge already back on it, as we're coming into circle 1, closing on to circle 2 as we speak. Wolves Wang Liang with blue nunchucks in hand. Looks like he's going to be going for that Realm of Yang. Wang Liang off to a tear so far. 3 eliminations on the board, has the challenger activated, so he's going to be able to get himself a good amount of gold to be able to go shopping after, if he does not get eliminated in this Realm of Yang here. Now we're going to take a look. Spider on the other side as well. TE Star taking this scrap up near the other side of the map, and Spider able to push him into the corner, dealing so much damage. Crouching RMB into Prio again. TE Star getting so low, tries to go for the ult, but the focus attack able to interrupt the trying to get away, and Spider coming through with his first elimination of the game.
Yeah, really, really clean engagement there from WBG Spider. He knows exactly what he needs to do, and he makes it happen very, very quickly. This is perfect for him, and he still has time to rotate if he wants to look for one of these realms of Yang. We're going to see Mike over here trading blows with Fun Plus Phoenix's verse. Mike trying to use that jumping LMB here on the side of the Buttery Rocks to his advantage. Verse taking a lot of damage there from it as well, but now coming back in here with these dual blades, catching Mike out, not quite able to find the uppercut. Mike going to be able to come in and get the ticket here. So Verse and Mike going to have to trade blows here, but Verse decides maybe not. There's so many Realms of Yang clustered together here on the bottom side of the map. He's just going to go look for another one and see if he can get in for free without having to trade blows there with OUG's Mike and burn a bunch of resources for it. Spider thought about heading towards one. T225 shows up. He decides he's going to go look for another one, but KLA's T225 up here holding on to the ticket, just waiting for that opportunity to head on in. 17 seconds before he can head into that Realm of Yang. Gonna blow the roar there. Just a little asserting some dominance, if you will. Seb T225 here on the Akos pick lets out a little celebratory roar because nobody's come to contest him. As there we go. The time's going to be up. T225 going to wait to see who heads into the Realm of Yang here. As we cut back over, WBG Spider trading blows with EWG's Arano and DRG's Fong.
Oh no!
The treasure trove. No, Spider scale rushes into the lantern and he gets eliminated that way. No! What did I just watch, Seb?
What are these players doing? Fung to the storm. Spider, no, my boy came through. He's like, yeah, watch this. I'm gonna scale rush, get some crazy damage off with the purple pole sword in hand, and then gets hit. I was about to say it too. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was like, that flaming cage is gonna come into play. And then all of a sudden, Spider knocks himself into it, and the triple charge from the greatsword is going to give him the elimination. Now we're taking a look. Frostivus able to make it into the Realm of Yang against JDG Shujong. We're going to see Fun Plus Phoenix's verse fighting against KLA's T225. Akos versus Valda. This is going to be an interesting scrap off here. We don't really typically get to see Akos v Valda in the Realm of Yang. Pistol shots coming out from Verse, bow shots coming out from T225. The scale rushes are going to be coming through, and this is where all these players are just going to try and hold the other side of the pillar. Counter scale rush, doesn't want to get caught out because the prio coming through is just detrimental there. Able to get that F2 into the F2 from the Valda as both Fs being countered. The uppercut trying to come through, but the 1-2 from Verse into the 3, able to connect, trying to go for the prio here. Both of these players just trying to hit that uppercut combo here. The 1-2 coming out from Verse, trying to go for that overhold. Ultimate going to be invested now from Verse. T225 able to hit huge prio into the corner though, getting him up against the wall. Going to be able to hit some huge follow-ups right now as we do see the F coming out. Prio again, and this is super great for KLA's T225's favor right now, as Verse going to have so much of that ultimate timer burned, able to tap dodge the spear. Ultimate timer has finished now, and a huge parry coming out though, as KLA's T225 going to take so much damage. Ultimate going to be invested now, and all he needs to do is hit this Tiger Pounce, get a bit of health back, able to get him knocked into the wall as well. The F ability going to come out, misses the F, but the Tiger Pounce, the second one, is going to hit, and now all he needs to do is go for the follow-ups here. Isn't able to connect on these follow-ups, but gets the last one and comes through as T225 victorious against Verse in the Realm of Yang.
Yeah, really unfortunate there for Verse. Verse tries to play around the bubbles there, but I actually think it's a misplay there for him, right? Because the bubbles receiving a change where gold focus doesn't go through them. I think you can actually tank the blue focus now, but unfortunately that gold focus from the ultimate and ability there not going to get caught out in the bubble, right? So Verse not really saving himself there at all, as we see another leap come through with the follow-up jumping claws as well. T225 just very easily clutches that out in a very strong position. As we take a look now, T225 trading blows here with Alliance's Frostivus. Frostivus trying to hold on here. T225 comes in with a massive parry, though. Frostivus is going to immediately pop the F here on Liam just to hold on. T225 trading blows. Frostivus keeping up here, though, with the chip damage back and forth between the two. Frostivus now investing the ultimate here. T225 trying to go for that F. The roar trying to land it. Doesn't quite find the end of the fight. Will find a little bit of something here. The Liam ult going to be popped here, though, but the terrain actually going to grief Frostivus out just a little bit. T225 popping the ultimate now. Lands the F. There's nothing Frostivus can really do. The F comes through. He is able to clutch onto it, but he's got to play careful here. T225 still has a Tiger Leap available. He's able to avoid it, but the F comes back through. Oh my goodness, Frostivus still has HP. Just a tiny sliver here. He gets the pot off. This could be it for Frostivus. T225 coming in here with the longsword is going to get the carousel, and unfortunately, Alliance's Frostivus is going to be eliminated.
No, my boy Frosty. So unfortunate. He's dropped down to 11th in the standings right now. The only one not performing as well as EWG Serrano. We haven't seen too much of today. We're talking earlier in the cast about how we loved the progression that we've seen from Serrano, but it looks like today is not his day, as we are going to be jumping into these next couple of fights. We've still got Vermilion's Birdmite on a couple of these players. We still have Yang depletion on Verse and Wang Liang. Wang Liang not winning his Realm of Yang. Unfortunate to see Frostivus going out like that. It was a very, very close fight, but in the end, the ultimate of the A Coast was just so much to be able to come away with that elimination. T225, beautiful textbook play there, as we are seeing Verse trying to give chase onto ASE's XY into this play here. That he does see the Liam trying to catch the Liam out. As oh my goodness, the double charge from JDG's Chuzhong on the golden pull sword, just so much damage, bringing it over, switching over to nunchucks right now on these purple nunchucks. Going to try and go for a little bit of an ultimate play with the Matari ult. Does see JL's AIS has been caught out very, very low. Is going to end up getting some siphon, but JDG with only 15 seconds left on that Vermilion's Birdmite is going to be in a bit of trouble, as we do see another Kylan ultimate getting popped. I believe that's Wang Liang. He needs an elimination, and Verse is hot on the tail. Hasn't burned the ultimate yet. JL's AIS as well, extremely low in HP. We are going to see Wang Liang focus his attention over now onto Verse, bringing it over to XY as well, trying to see if he can get some follow-up damage. XY with the ultimate available as well. Going to pop out that first throw of the Liam ult, is now Wang Liang still trying to give chase out of ultimate now into, oh my goodness, I believe that was ASE's XY bringing it over into Dreadful Whale, trying to see if he can make something happen with that. Wang Liang trying to still come away with this elimination, and Xu Zhang just holding blue with the golden pull sword, going to be very lethal. The Scale Rush going to come in and take the elimination, but Verse does get the soul bloom, so he is going to cure himself of that Yang depletion. Didn't pick up the elimination, but he's still into this game, and he's got the closest amount of points to that match point threshold, so he does really want to put on a show for this game.
Yeah, absolutely he does. T225 not too far behind now as well, post picking up those two eliminations. If he could rack together a 12-point game, this could be it for him. DRG's Fong into the realm of Yang here, going to be versing ASE's XY. We're going to go head-to-head here on the Tessa. Very, very interesting pick for Fong this particular game. Hasn't been able to find too much success with it. No eliminations to his name just yet. He scaled pretty well, though, with the purple armor and this purple fan. Fong, of course, being the dagger D-gen, as we like to call him here, trying to come in here, trading blows with Zhang Yuan. Zhang Yuan, on the fan as well, able to finally find a little bit of something. Fong, though, with the F, it does get parried out here, though, by XY. Huge damage off of the follow-up. Now, Fong trying to break away here, needs to be careful for that Liam ultimate. Is going to go skyward, trying to get away here with the scale rushes, is able to step away for just a second there. I do believe that was the Armor Soul Jade we saw pop there, but it's not going to be enough as XY just cleans up this fight so quickly. Over to EWG's Arano here on the hottie, just griefing T225. T225, though, with that legendary longsword here, still has a good opportunity. Arano, though, able to get that jumping LMB there off the fist blades, needs to find it. There's the parry. T225. Oh my goodness, still in it, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Did not expect to see the Soul Jade coming through there to save T225.
And he gets another one out of this box. He's getting Mortal Defiance here. So it saved over and over again.
That's crazy. To have your Mortal Defiance procced inside Realm of Yang and then immediately find another one inside the box. The RNG gods are smiling on T225 today. T225 here still with the legendary longsword, legendary set of armor in the back pocket as well, as we get ready to head into our next zone. Zone 3 will be collapsing onto Zone 4 in the next 60 seconds. We're going to see our first late game Bane's Breath coming through quite shortly. DRG's Fong going to come back out now. Needs to find himself a Soul Bloom. He's got 4 minutes. Unfortunately, 0 eliminations to his name this game. He's really going to have to make something happen if he wants to come back in off of this. As we see now, DRG's Fong on the outside. Arano going to respawn immediately and pick up the bounty here. It's going to go on to DRG's Fong. I'm pretty sure Arano going to come do a little bit of shopping. Fong trading blows over here with OUG's Mike going to step away. So many players coming in out of the woodwork. And again, Arano has that scroll here onto Fong. Fong trying to break away. Up top, just trying to use this fan to break ankles. Looks for the reset. Arano and Fong in that exact same situation here. They have that Yang depletion. They're going to need a Soul Bloom if they want to keep this game alive for themselves. Arano taking this opportunity, knowing there's other players nearby also hunting DRG's Fong, to take a little bit of a reset here so he can come in nice and clean. Fong going to be dropped to the bottom here. Most of that armor broken away by ASE's XY. Fong tries to catch him with the fan R&B, gets a little bit of damage out. The ultimate coming out onto EWG's Arano. The buttery rock saving Fong just a little bit here. It's trying to break away. KLA's T225 shows up. Fong not going to find a single opportunity to take a reset whatsoever. Will find a white armor swap, but it's very quickly melted away from him here. So we see the Liam Old invested. It's going to be Jail's AIS off of a scale rush with the pole sword to clean up DRG's Fong. Arano not in position to be able to secure the Soul Bloom. Has 2 minutes and 55 seconds to make something happen. That ultimate now on a 22% charge. Unfortunately, he's going to be without ultimate to make it happen. T225 comes inside. Arano puts him in the corner, but T225 with the ultimate immediately turns on to Arano. Sorry, not with the ultimate, with the F. Cannon shots coming in from T225. XY coming in as well. Arano stuck between a rock and a hard place, quite literally. Mike, the rest of the lobby keeping the pressure up. Arano able to get a little bit of a reset off there with a shield pod as T225 on the backside. Arano going to go all the way down to the bottom here, hoping to find that opportunity to get a full reset. Going to use the wall here. Look for some pots. Unfortunately, Arano here out of shield pots altogether. Just trying to keep his game alive.
Yeah, very unfortunate to be out of shield pots right now. Yang depletion closing in on him. It's not the best spot that he wants to be in, but you know, he's going to try and bring it back. No eliminations on the board. Very unfortunate for him. I don't think he's gotten a kill yet all day. So he's going to need to start picking up the pace if he wants to compete with the likes of Verse and T225, who are up on the top, as well as XY in third place. These players are all very, very close in eliminations. And a minute and 41 seconds left. He did find himself a bit of a reset. He's got some purple fist blades in hand now. He's going to try and go crazy. Chu Zhang is his target. He wants to get that Matari out of the lobby as fast as possible. 82% on the ult, so he does have a shot at bringing this back around. Finds AIS as well. Looks like he doesn't want to aggress onto AIS. He sees the ult F ability burned from JDG's Chu Zhang. He's bringing this back into the fight here.
Yeah, Arano, though, unfortunately, 1 minute and 14 seconds left remaining on that Yang depletion. 90% of the way to his ultimate, though, but he's going to have to make something happen here very quickly if he wants to keep his game alive. That late game Bane's Breath going to be coming through here for that zone 4. As these players look to trade blows here, Chu Zhang forced to break away. Arano just trying to find a way into this fight. Unfortunately, all of these buildings are going to make it very difficult for him to lock anybody down. Will get the clank. Unfortunately, not the follow-up there onto JDG's Chu Zhang. Chu Zhang just trying to keep it moving here. Understands likely that Arano here is on that Yang depletion, does not want to be forced into a situation where he's got to burn that ultimate just to survive Arano, and Arano giving it everything he's got. Gonna come down, he says, I don't care, I will chase you into the Bane. I've got 20 seconds to make it happen, but Chu Zhang is just moving here. This man is moving across the field like a rocket ship, and Arano knows it is over for him. He's going to try to find his own position. Mike's there. He knows he can't afford to take any damage here. Anybody he gives damage to is another point he gives the contenders on the board. Mike trying to find it in, comes in, looks for the parry. Oh my goodness, Mike misses out on picking up the elimination by fractions of a second.
Yeah, it was close, but he missed it, and he's not going to be able to come away with that extra kill, as it looks like ASE's XY with the Dreadful Whale going to be able to do a very good job of holding this, but somebody coming in for a cheeky parry could be very apparent to him here, as he is just going to be taking this time to hold this zone out so nobody is going to get it, and it looks like he pops the ultimate, and he's able to go here, bringing it back around onto JL's AIS here, and it looks like the Liam's trying to take out the Kylan's in this game right now. Is we've seen this happen countless times, as all of the players on one hero are going to try and take out the other meta heroes of the lobby, as AIS becoming the target of the lobby, able to get himself a blue armor swap here, but everybody very, very highly stacked, very high aggression. AIS flipping to that blue dagger to be able to get that extra movement that the dagger does give you here. We're going to see him pick up a 1 pot. Doesn't have the time to pot a second time. I'm going to flip over to the purple spear, seeing if he can make something happen, maybe flip the fight around onto somebody else, as he gets another blue armor swap. He does have Wolfworm Hook on those dual halberds, so he could get himself a huge siphon play coming off of this attack. The double charge, it is a very parryable attack with that first lunge, but if he's able to connect with it, it's going to be very, very useful for him. Cannon shots coming through, able to get the pot off and avoid most of that damage, as we are going to see him coming through now. ASC's XY just relentless in the chase here, wants to be able to come away with this elimination, and now AIS getting dangerously low here, forced to pop that ultimate, has the mortality rocked already, gonna be able to get a hit off of that, giving him just a bit of siphon, but using that last charge, does have HP still remaining, but it's in a very difficult spot here, as AIS just trying to run away, getting grapple checked by the entire lobby right now, as ASC's XY did invest the ultimate to try and come away with the elimination, and XY does come away with the kill and the soul bloom, and now Chu Zhang getting dangerously low, able to get him out here as well. ASC XY picking up 2 beautiful eliminations back to back here, putting him on to 4 kills, and now he's focusing his attention already onto KLA's TT25 with 1 charge of the ultimate remaining. He's going to try and invest it. Ultimate timer does end, but he still has 52% rage, so getting that ultimate back could be pretty easy here. Flips over to the gold pole sword, is able to deal a lot of damage, tries to go for that scale rush here, bringing him up onto the top. KLA's TT25 in a very bad position, doesn't want to head into the Bane. He's too low in HP. Mortal Defiance does get proc for him here. He was going to go out pretty quickly, but that Mortal Defiance was able to save him from most certain death, and now OUG's Mike hot in pursuit, going to send into the storm here, giving that last little bit of damage, and KLA's TT25 going to go out to Mike.
Yeah, Mike able to clean up the elimination. Super unfortunate for T225. A lot of greed happening here in these final circles. A lot of ultimates being invested just to chase down an elimination. Given how many other players are in the lobby, you've got to keep a cool head here and not spend those ultimates too early. XY here for ASE, though, that ultimate almost back online. Now coming in on to Mike, wants to chase down Mike. Mike having spent a little bit of that ultimate, but most of his rage still back there because he was able to get the soul bloom, and he cancels the ultimate early there, so hopefully he's going to be able to get it back online quite shortly. Zhang Yuan, though, wants to go ahead and eliminate him before he gets the opportunity to make that happen. Zhang Yuan looking for the scale rush, huge damage onto Mike. Mike so close to getting that ultimate back online. Can Zhang Yuan make it happen? Mike just keeping the dream alive here, is going to miss the grapple out here. XY will find the grapple this time. The F going to be invested. Mike will be able to get so close to that ultimate. Will they be able to lock him down here? The pistol shots coming through left and right. Mike will get the ultimate. He's on the backside here, but how long will he be able to keep it up as these two other players just continue to pummel him down? Once the ultimate's gone, his safety net is going to be entirely gone. The advanced heal saving him a lot here, but a huge full sword hit coming in from the overhead. Mike, no ultimate invested. He needs to turn the attention onto Zhang Yuan. He's not having too much luck. The parry comes through, but Zhang Yuan just invests the F. Mike with the follow-up, jumping LMB, though, going to shred a lot of armor off of XY here. Comes back in. Mike might actually flip the script, ladies and gentlemen. Zhang Yuan into the ultimate. Mike still looking for it. The cannon shots coming in, and Verse turns his attention to XY. Oh my goodness, against the odds, Mike is able to turn the tables onto XY. XY just trying to keep the game alive. A gold meter dump to buy him a little bit of space, but Mike keeps the pressure up. He wants to return the favor for what XY did to him earlier. XY trying desperately to get Verse to turn on to Mike, to no avail, and it's Mike who picks up the elimination onto XY. OUG's Mike finally coming awake here in game number 3.
OUG's Mike able to pick up a couple of eliminations, putting him onto 4, almost guaranteeing him that first place victory. And he's just trying to get this extra kill to keep the advancement of the points, not having a good first couple of games. Able to get Prio a second time here, popping the bubbles is Verse, and it looks like he might just try and go into the zone. Oh, he's got an armor swap in the middle of the zone. Verse with a beautiful play into this armor swap, but is going to get knocked into the zone from Prio. All he needs to do is set the ultimate up, but no time, and Mike, 5 kills in a first place finish. Absolute insanity coming through here, able to pick up a beautiful kill into those final games, picking up those last 2 eliminations. They're holding onto their ultimates too long in the end there. They don't want to be the first player to ult, but he needed to ult quicker, and Mike was able to capitalize on the fact that these pro players try to hold up on their ultimates for as long as possible. He held out a little bit too long. Mike read the play. He knocked him into the zone, the pistol shot finisher, and sending Verse back to the lobby. We're bonding close to Imperium as well. As game number 4 is about to get underway, Verse able to pick himself up some blue weapons and armor. He's going to try and go in for this elimination onto JL's AIS right off the rip here. Able to try and go for that fan charge 1.0. Isn't going to come away with the hit off of it, as we see the overhold coming up from AIS. AIS on the Justina is going to try and make something happen with the scale rush. Gets the scale rush off. F ability going to get invested here to avoid any damage coming in from Verse. Verse going to keep the scale rush up into the grapple coming over. Clank going to come through from both of these weapons. Overhead going to connect from AIS into the 1-2. Verse now on the back foot of this fight. Huge parry going to come out though, as we're going to see him flip over onto this spear, as it looks to be the more favored weapon into this fight right now. And now Verse going to back out, go for a bit of a heal before re-engaging onto this fight. He does have that blue spear in hand now. The combo potential from this spear is going to be great, as he does grab that blue longsword as well. Doesn't want anybody else to have it. We see the parry come out, but no connection coming through, as the overhold's going to come through on the fan. Tries to make it happen a second time here. Parry going to come out from Verse. Doesn't connect onto anything. No blue was thrown, as the overhold's going to come through, but the F ability is going to be able to negate any punish damage that parry is going to have, allowing Verse to be able to keep his weapon as well. Ultimate almost online for AIS as well. This could be very bad for him, but he's able to get the overhold onto the scale rush. Huge parry coming in though, and flips it over into the spear for a bonk on the head and a good night back to the soul altar.
Yeah, Verse getting things started strong here. That RMB there off of the spear, that 1.0 doing so much damage. It is the second most damaging singular move in the game there. I do believe the jabbing Soul Jade being the only one that does more damage than that there on the spear. So a lot of players opting to do it when it's safe, coming there out of those parries rather than the follow-up there off of the parry, just because of how much damage it actually does. As we see here, a huge fight breaking out between these 4 players, T225, XY, Chu Zhang, and Wolves Wang Liang, as well as WBG Spider here. So 5 players. This is all these players trying to gather everything up so they can get their hands on that extreme Soul Jade, that Volpine essence that we saw Spider get in game number 1, but unfortunately almost loses it immediately and unable to find any value out of it. XY here trying to turn on to WBG Spider here, going to get some clean damage coming in. Forced to burn the ultimate though. We're going to go ahead and use one of those dashes. Spider now extremely low. XY going to use the opportunity to come in and get some heals off with a crazy read into a parry onto WBG Spider. Like, to have to know that that's coming is absolutely insane. To be able to get the read, it's almost impossible to parry that without doing it on prediction. XY here, just a different player apparently, as he's able to get that massive parry and clutch up another elimination there. Such a strong start for ASE's XY here. Unfortunately, the ultimate has ended. The hottie ult going to be invested here. XY going to break away very quickly, just trying to break the ankles here. But with those 2 early eliminations, more than happy probably to come run this back and try to get his hands on that Volpine essence when he gets the opportunity. The fan coming in here from JDG Xu Zhang as he drops down on the head of Wolves Wang Liang. Wang Liang trying to come back in there with the spear, will come in with that Martial Soul Jade and get a lot of damage there onto Xu Zhang, evening up the fight. Xu Zhang trying to go around the side here as both players look to back away from one another and create a little bit of separation before they go back into these fights, as we cut over to Fun Plus Phoenix's versus Alliance.
Frostivus on the back foot was able to pick up an elimination that we saw earlier in the kill feed onto Mike, and now he's on the chase. Verse trying to make something happen onto Alliance's Frostivus. We're going to see him try and go for the armor swap here. It looks like he wasn't able to pick anything up. Able to get that armor swap through though now, bringing these pistol shots around. Verse in a bit of trouble. Dropped his purple armor. Is going to end up just trying to go for the scale rush here. Sees the parry come out. Is going to try and see if he can make something happen right now, as both of these players just grappling each other back and forth. The counter grapples coming out, the musket shots into the pistol shots here. As we saw this happen earlier into the game, Frostivus did get eliminated by one of those pistol and musket shots. So now Frostivus in trouble, is getting caught out over and over again by the prio, but the F ability going to be invested from Verse. Ultimate coming out from Frostivus to try and kite this out. Verse now on the back foot. Gonna go into the zone, try and see if he can kite this out. And it looks like he was able to get a jumping LMB in for damage, and he's able to get the burn tick off, and that's the kill here. And Frostivus picks up his second elimination of the game. He's gonna get himself a purple armor as well that he saw on the outside. Burst gonna send himself to a soul altar. This is gonna be super unfortunate for him, as he is very, very close to that match point threshold. But Frostivus, 2 kills in the early game, stacked up with some purple loot now too. Very, very good place that he wants to be in. Was able to kite out until his ultimate got up, turned the fight around on to Verse, and came away with a beautiful elimination. We did see him kill Mike earlier as well into the game. This is insane, and Frosty, my boy, is doing it. Oh my goodness, look at the coins. He's got all of the coins.
Here we go. Wolves going to be coming in to make that play. There we go. Volpine Essence going to be secured here for Wolves Wang Liang. Unfortunately, Wolves gets no kills out of this crazy skirmish. 5 players trying to fight over Volpine Essence. But crucially, he does get the Volpine Essence as a Realm of Yang appears right here, ready and waiting for him. That means he's going to head into that Realm of Yang. Yeah, I know. He's going to have the perfect setup to take this Realm of Yang, get a super huge safety net for himself here, and secure himself that much needed buff so he can go out and start to chase some of those eliminations. TE Star here using the Hong Sword here just to try to buy himself a lot of space here in the statue to just play a little separation there. Just going to keep it dodging around, going to get in the pot here. Super happy about his lot in life. This is a hard place to try to be fighting somebody for that ticket to get into Realm of Yang here, especially when that somebody is a Kai Lin with the ultimate activated here with a purple Hong Sword in the back pocket as well. Frostivus and everyone's just going to back away while they wait for this ult to tick down. But by the time it ticks down, our boy TE Star is going to find himself heading straight on into this Realm of Yang with no contention. There it is. Both DRG's Fong and Frostivus just back away. We head in. It's going to be ASE's XY versus Wolves. Wang Liang going head to head here. XY going up here with the dagger. Wolves. Wang Liang, though, with that Volpine Essence in the back pocket. XY not sure if Wolves is going to have it or not. Wolves coming in here with the fist blades, trying to make something happen. XY there on that dagger. The bow shots coming out. Nobody connecting here yet. There we go. The scale rush going to come in on the side of XY. Wolves going to invest the F, but unfortunately gets the misread and a neutral immediately given back there to XY. The ult being invested here on the side of Wolves, starting to try to tear through here the HP of XY. XY, though, still holding on to that ultimate, going to be in a really strong power position once Wolves comes out of this ultimate here. XY coming in. It does still have... Oh my goodness, there he is. He catches him once. He's going to catch him twice. The Volpine Essence comes through. Wolves now, though, in a strong position. He just needs to wait out this last dash here. and take control of this neutral, looking for the scale rush to go in. Jean Juan gonna break away, look for the reset. Wolves gonna do the same now. Volpine Essence definitely saving Wolves here, but XY comes in, clean control of the neutral. Unfortunately for Wang Liang, he just can't seem to find a clean entry into this fight, and XY is getting tons of chip damage in left and right. Wolves comes in, gets a little bit, but the F invested immediately by XY, turns it around with the R&B off the dagger. No place for Wang Liang to go here. He's got to take it now. He's able to find a clean entry. Elimination. Woo!
Oh my goodness, Wang Liang. The prio is so hard to take away from a dagger. The mix-ups that you have, the ability to just dash away with your dagger dashes, it's an interesting weapon to fight, and Wang Liang does a textbook job of being able to come back. Very, very low HP, survived with the Volpine Essence, and then ends up coming through and coming away with the victory. Volpine Essence was not expunged for nothing, and he comes away with that Vermilion. So now we're going to see TE Star and JDG's Chuzhang going at it in Imperium right now, as TE Star does have that Vermilion's Birdmite buff, so he's not going to be too worried if he goes out right now. Would prefer to come away with some eliminations, but Chuzhang, no Yang depletion, so he's not going to want to come away with this fight. And now we're seeing Arano, Yang depletion timer on him, as well as JL's AS. They are going to be going at it together, seeing if they can come away with some sort of elimination onto one another. The uppercut confirmed into the 1-2 coming through. AIS able to escape the ultimate clutches, but it's very, very difficult for him to try and maneuver around, especially with this Liam ultimate in play. He's going to try and see, he's got one dash left, seeing if he's going to be able to pick up the freeze, taking to the skies now, and it looks like they're going to be going up into the sky. AIS and now TT25 jumping into this fight as well. We do see the freeze get popped, does miss it here, and AIS now taking most of the damage, is going to be forced to kite out this situation now, as Arano back to full HP now, got himself a bit of a reset. AIS was looking a little bit too greedy into this fight, wasn't able to make anything happen, has to pop that F ability, and now Spider into the mix, as it looks like TT25 is going to be able to come away with the elimination. Arano picking himself up the Soul Bloom and curing that Yang depletion very nicely here, as it looks like Spider going up against TT25 on this fight here. None of these players have Vermilion's Birdmite, but they're both getting aggressive like they do, as we're going to see TT25 taking to the skies, trying to run away. We do know he does have his ultimate, hasn't burned it yet, as Spider still giving chase. XY taking so much damage from that gold pole sword there, almost all of his blue armor chipped away in one fell swoop, as TE Star still giving a huge attack, and Wang Liang as well with gold pole sword in hand. 2 gold pole swords fighting against ASC's XY, who is on Yang depletion. XY in a very bad spot right now. Spider very low on the other side too, as we do see on to the other end. Spider on 1 HP in a dream right now.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. Spider was so in control of that, trying to break away here. Spider does have the remaining Birdmite though, so if he does go down, it's going to be okay. Wang Liang picking up an elimination there onto TE Star. Spider also going down to JDG's Chuzhang. Spider, of course, with the Vermilion Birdmite still going to be in the game. T225 super happy to be able to break away, get the attention off of himself there. Unfortunately, does burn the ultimate, so he's got to be careful about when he looks to engage in a fight here. XY, though, not in a great position, still has his ultimate, but only 1 minute and 20 seconds left remaining before he's got to find himself a Soul Bloom here, and he was not in the middle of any of those mix-ups. No place for him to secure a Soul Bloom, so he's got to go in and take a fight here. He's trying to trade blows here on a JDG Chuzhang, but Chuzhang's just getting the better of him here, in control of the neutral, able to take prio left and right there. Dagger v Fan, and the Fan coming out on top. XY into the armor swap that he noticed before here. Chuzhang is still coming in strong here. The parry to open the fight again. Yet again, we see the F invest is going to save him a lot of damage, but unfortunately it is Chuzhang who continues to maintain control of this fight, continues to get prio. We're going to see a little bit of damage finally coming out from XY. Chuzhang, though, on the clank, knows at this point Zhang Yuan, with how desperate he's being, has got to be on that Yang depletion, so he doesn't have to go crazy here. He's just trying to run the timer out here on XY. Does not want to die to him, but doesn't want to go super crazy. XY going to take a lot of damage there from the R&B, though. The ult going to be invested, and all JDG's Chuzhang's got to do is live for another 15 seconds. The ult coming through. He finds an armor swap. Ooh, that might have been a mistake. He swaps back into the purple armor there, leaving all of that white armor behind that he had, and almost eats it And now XY, no ult. Chu Zhang comes in. Oh my goodness. And Chu Zhang misses out on getting the kill because he gets greedy and swaps immediately back into the purple instead of fighting it out and going to get the purple afterwards. Oh my goodness. Chu Zhang's got to be beating himself up for that one.
Oh, 100%. And we're now taking over to the realm of Yang. XY was our closest in contention for getting to match point, and now he's nowhere near getting it here. As we are going to see Alliance Frostivus in the realm of Yang here. Already has 2 kills under his belt. We are going to be seeing KLA's T225 facing off against WBG's Spider first, though, as both of these players are going at it very fast here. Spider with the 1-2 onto the staff is going to try and make something happen. Turns the 1.0 from the pole sword. KLA's T225 doing a good job of not getting parried. Scale Rush is going to connect into the follow-up. Huge parry going to come out, though, now. T225 going to get hit with that 1.0 LMB as we do see the Hexa Harmony come out, but he parries the Hexa Harmony, and with the overhold from the dual blades is going to come in with a lot of damage. We are seeing him take to the skies in the ultimate, but the Scale Rush is going to deal so much damage. Oh my goodness. I believe he is on Matari. He is going to try and make something happen with this Matari ultimate here, as the triple charge is going to come through. No damage is going to connect from that, though. It looks like he did get that burn tick off, though. He's going to try and bring it around full sword just to hold space. And Alliance's Frostivus does win his realm of Yang here. Huge play for him. And a parry coming through. Spider with a beautiful parry. Able to bring this around. Trying to turn around onto that golden staff right now. Cavalry Bloom is going to come out, knock him out of that dash. He does still have the dash available, though. I don't believe it was canceled yet. Dash going to come out. Is going to do a great job of blocking or dodging the dash here, as we are going to see coming through with the Cavalry Bloom. And this is what's going to try and save him here. He has the Jades to do it. Spider going to go for a heal into the uppercut here, but KLA's T225 so low in HP. The uppercut going to come through, is going to knock T225 up into the air just long enough for the focus attack to come out, and Spider coming away with his victory in the realm of Yang.
Look, Spider getting so many parries, then the fight clearly gets into T225's head. T225 so afraid to throw that Cavalry Bloom out because he gets parried so many times there by Spider. Spider just ripping weapons out of his hand left, right, and center, and he is so happy about that turn of events. His second elimination, doing a lot better this game than he definitely was last game. Coach definitely had to give him a little bit of a pep talk there between games 3 and 4 because Spider looking to make a little bit of a return to form there. T225 and Spider, 2 players who constantly trade blows, and T225 always kind of gets a little mentaled out by Spider when Spider's in top form, and that's exactly what we saw happen there in that realm of Yang. Right now, T225 and TE Star both with Yang depletion, as we head into zone 4 in the next 10 seconds.
Yeah, and look at that. Frostivus, gold armor. He's got himself a gold weapon in the back pocket as well. We know this as he did get himself a victory in the realm of Yang, and that is absolutely huge. Frostivus on 3 eliminations, bringing himself up to 10th place in the overall standings right now, and he's in a very good position to come away with a victory, as right now we have more hotties alive in the lobby than we do Kylan, so the majority of the lobby could go into that favor. We do still have the Liams alive, though. We're taking a look at this end circle. If we get the Kylans out, because there's 1 Kylan and 1 hottie on Yang depletion. If we get the Kylan on Yang depletion out, this could be huge, as KLA's T225, the hottie on Yang depletion, is now the one getting sharked down. WBG Spider hot on the chase. The gray armor swap is coming out here, and it's super unfortunate to see him have to switch over to that gray armor. We're going to see Fong in the back end able to pick up that purple armor and reset it, as now KLA's T225 going to try and see if he can go back into this fight, try and find himself a little bit of better armor, but right now it's not looking too good for him here, as TE Star on the bottom side does have that Yang depletion as well. Gold pool sword in hand, though, so could have a very, very strong finish to this game if he's able to come away with any sort of eliminations. Fun plus Phoenix versus KLA's T225. T225 and Star, both players who were in contention for match point, now on Yang depletion. It's going to be difficult for them to come back into this game, but especially in the location that they are, the amount of kiting that you're able to do around this area of Imperium is, look at how vast this building is. The traversal from one end to the other of this building, the amount of pillars, it is just so huge.
Star here 2 minutes left remaining on that Yang depletion. For those of you who are unaware, a couple patches ago, they did make a change where that second realm of Yang, you have a much longer time to be able to secure yourself a soul bloom before that Yang depletion cuts you down. A change where these players seem to be willing to patiently wait for the better opportunity to go in and get that soul bloom. Not that it always pays off, but that's why we see these players able to last so much longer when they have that Yang depletion post our second realm of Yang here. We're going to see TE Star trying to come in here and make something happen because he is down to 1:26. He cannot wait too much longer. Achilles 2225 going to take a hit here. Star looking for that scale rush with that legendary pole sword. Knows just how much damage it actually does. Not quite able to find it just yet, but going to keep the pressure up here onto T225. Both of these players are the players who need to cleanse that Yang depletion as they start to trade blows here. Star going to get some huge damage in there onto T225. Star taking the time to look for a reset. T225 going to be forced into the ultimate here. Looking to find a reset. The scale rush going to demech him instantly as Wolves. Wang Liang cleans up the elimination. Star misses the opportunity to get the soul bloom though. Now with 44 seconds to stay in this game, Star trying to make something happen. The scale rush coming in from Mike though, going to do a lot of damage. Star going to go ahead and spend the ultimate. Smoke him if you got him, he says. He's trying to make something happen, but the Temmie gonna cut him off here. He gets caught out in the wisp as well. 28 seconds before Star goes down to the Yang depletion. Just caught out inside this ultimate. Frostivus up top looking for the opportunity to come down. Star able to come in and get some hits there onto Fong. Trying to find another one. Unfortunately, not gonna find a lot. The armor's still there, but Star, 10 seconds left remaining, and it's gonna be WBG Spider who shuts him down.
Spider with a beautiful elimination there, as we are going to be seeing him come away with a beautiful kill with the bonk from the spear here, as we do see a couple of these players still going in for a bit of a fight. Wang Liang is going to end up using his F ability to clear out the space, as Fun Plus Phoenix is first, the closest player in contention to coming away with the 28-point threshold. He needs to pick up a lot of eliminations right now. He's only on 1 kill. So getting this eliminations into the coming game, very, very crucial right now. Chu Zhang with the Phoenix Blast, able to come through and deal some damage on to his opponents right now, holding blue into the zone. Verse going to be able to, is going to get parried. Arano coming through with the scale rush. And Frostivus jumping into the mix as well. Is going to try and see if he can make something happen with those dual blades. Gold dual blades in hand, trying to see if he can take the fight onto Arano, and it looks like Chu Zhang is going to be the one to be able to capture this Spirit Well. Frostivus does decide to try and come in here. Chu Zhang not going to burn the ultimate right away, able to get himself some good loot. Isn't going to go for that gold armor right away. He does know that nobody else is able to pick it up, so he might just try and hold it until a little bit later into this game, where he'll go back and pick it up, seeing if he can make anything happen with that Mystic Might. Frostivus almost able to come away with a couple of eliminations there. He's got 3 kills under his belt. With 6 minutes left in the game, he's really going to have to put on a show. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of trouble for him. JGG Shuzhang, he's going to let the other hottie get the Mystic Might because he knows he's not going to be the one targeted into this game. So letting him take that here, not going to contest him. He's going to go for that gold weapons and gold armor here. Now he's got a gold Hong sword in hand, gold armor, and they're on the hunt for everybody that is not a hottie. This is what's going to happen. We're going to see the Liams. We're going to see the Kylans getting sharked out. Alliance's Frostivus is going to use that Valiant challenge to get himself a bit of a Mystic Might buff. Gives you that location, basically a bell that pops on your body every single couple of seconds here, as we're going to see Frostivus sending those musket shots in from the back end, as Arano now taking a lot of damage. Chu Zhang is going to get hit out by the 1.0 from the Fist Blades, as we do see all of these players sort of backing into this other side, as the Hotties trying to take control of the lobby.
Yeah, 8 players left remaining alive as that final Bane's Breath of the game comes down. 30 seconds until Zone 5 starts to collapse on to Zone 6. Spider and Frostivus on the legendary armor. We see Mike on the side here, reloading that repeating crossbow here, looking for these opportunities to break into these fights. See Verse on the other side. WBG Spider just coming right on through here. None of these players really wanting to aggress into these fights while this Bane's Breath going down, but it's going to be away here in the next 5 seconds. and we're going to see these players start to try to find themselves a good position on the map as we do get ready to rotate to that zone 6, zone 5 collapsing down right now, and things about to get much smaller for many of these players. Chuzhang trying to use what little bit of that Mystic Might he has left to locate these players, giving chase here to Verse. Verse just able to continue to break the ankles here as he is able to get away. Chuzhang finally able to find some damage into the fight. Verse gonna pop the F just to break away from it here. Chuzhang still just trying to keep the pressure up there on Verse. Mike looking to come in and shark this down as well, as we see Chuzhang just play ring around the rosy as we head right back around to where this fight started between Chuzhang and Verse. Verse just trying to keep it alive for himself here. Frostivus coming up behind. Gonna get caught out a little bit there. Chuzhang gonna take a moment to come over here and pop it to Na as Verse breaks away. Verse still here, able to get the full reset, holding on to his F and ultimate. Nobody really able to pressure Verse into a bad situation as we are fully collapsed down onto zone 6 now. We have 58 seconds until we collapse to zone 7. 8 players still left remaining alive in the lobby. Wolves Wang Liang with 3, WBG Spider with 3, and Alliance's Frostivus with 3.
Other players with 1, 2, and 0 kills. DRG's Fong just having an absolute howler of a finals right now. No eliminations on the board for him this game. I believe he's had 1 or 2 total in the past of 3 games. Game 4, he doesn't have a single elimination either. And it looks like Frostivus and Chuzhang just holding up on the top. Gold armor, gold weapons for both of them. We do see the blue longsword coming out for the Phoenix Blast right now as they are going to be fighting with each other. As they are the 2 hotties in the lobby, they're going to want to team up. Everybody else, I believe, is a lone hero, other than the Liams. The Liams have 2, but they're not grouping up nearly as much as we do see these other players grouping up. If Frostivus were to try and take out Chuzhang right now, it wouldn't be the smartest play for him here, as the whole lobby focusing on the 2 hotties fighting. It's not going to be the greatest day for them. It's Verse just holding the underside. And this is going to be an interesting circle because of the fact that these players can go underneath. The heal off situation is going to be great. Some of these players, as the circle is going to close, are going to get isolated from everybody else. As Frostivus sending some musket shots in. Looks like he's got the eyes on some of these players down below. So it looks like Frostivus is going to try and take the top side with Chuzhang. They're going to be able to hold this top very well, as Wolves Wang Liang now taking a whole bunch of damage on the inside of this fight. He does have advanced heal going for him here, so he's not going to take too much damage. He's going to be able to get most of that shield back pretty quickly. Going to end up exiting the building, going to the underside here. He does find Verse, and this could be an interesting situation here as the underside is going to end up collapsing pretty small. They're going to need to have to go into the zone if they're going to want to jump back into where everybody's going to be fighting here. Now Frostivus in a bit of trouble. Chuzhang on the top, Spider as well on the top side. Everybody else playing to the lower end of this map. Huge parry going to come out though from Spider onto Chuzhang, as these players are going to end up backing down here, and we see Spider coming through on the underside. Everybody just sending these range shots. Nobody wanting to get too aggressive. Spider with that Storm Stride as well. Going to be a very crucial part to his gameplay here. Able to deal some tick damage. Could be that last hit that he needs to secure these eliminations going into this final circle. 3 eliminations on those 3 players you mentioned earlier. Wang Liang, Spider, and Frostivus. They are on top of the board right now, but FunPlus Phoenix's Verse has the most to lose. He's got 23.7 points, and he just needs a few more to be able to come through with a crazy game and get himself onto match point. And if he's able to do it, it could be a huge game for him here. And it looks like he's not going to try and fight Arano out now. We're going to see all of these cannon shots coming through. GRG's Fung just sending cannon shot after cannon shot. Verse going to get caught in the wisp here. That could be crazy for his game. He is going to end up getting back into it. Narano not wanting to destroy the only ally that he's got in the rest of this game here. Chuzhang going to try and enter in now, as Frostivus going to send that double charge out of the dual blades, just creating space for himself, as we're going to see these players starting to drop down now. Verse trying to make something happen with the gold full sword in hand. Isn't going to be able to connect with any of these scale rushes. Oh my goodness, the blistering edge going to send Verse super far into the storm. We do see the Liam ultimate coming out. Hottie ultimates invested from Frostivus. Verse is going to go down pretty low here, able to get most of these players caught out in his ultimate, and he gets brought down. EWG's Arano does end up picking up this elimination here, as we do see Arano picking up a bunch of them. Frostivus getting a kill onto Spider. Frostivus and Wang Liang, the last 2 players remaining. Chuzhang here as well, as we do see Wang Liang trying to make something happen onto Chuzhang, but it's the last 2 and they tie it out, as Frostivus with 4. I don't know who's MVP. I believe it could be Wang Liang.
This is a very, very tight game. I do believe it is going to go to Wolves. Wang Liang, though, is going to be walking away your MVP. Nobody makes it over the match point threshold as we ready to head into game number 5, which means we're going to go to at least game 6 as these players get ready to head in. There's going to be so many players in contention to be heading towards that match point. What a day it's been already. Wolves, Wang Liang taking away the MVP here. Huge for him. WBG Spider seeming in much better spirits after this game. You know, he has a very good game for himself here, and I'm going to throw some credit towards his coach. It is his coach that he always credits when he's able to bounce back from a bad mental day.
A very, very strong early game as we're kicking it off. Game number 5, Frostivus blue already in hand. We're going to see them shooting out those little fireflies, the butterflies, the ice butterflies, so that nobody's going to be able to get frozen, getting themselves a little bit of an insurance option to get out of there. ASC's XY going to scale rush up. We are seeing Wolves Wang Liang in the back end. It looks like he's going to try and give chase over to Plumed Castle. They're saying Frostivus now scaled up in loot, does have the bell hit. He knows where these other players are. Mike and Verse close in proximity. It looks like Mike going to go for the scale rush into LMB Prio, trying to see if he can get something off with his F ability, unable to connect off the F. We do see the musket shot coming out. F ability was invested for Verse right now, so he knows he's without F. Gonna try and get Prio, but he gets knocked away. Verse able to get back out of there. We're gonna see the overhold coming through on the katana. Free sword style skin coming out as well for Verse. Very beautiful looking there. He does get the stun through the wall here, as we are going to see him come through, as JL's AIS as well in the mix. All of these players trying to make something happen right now. OUG's Mike just giving full chase on FPX Verse. And if he gets Verse out early, this could be very detrimental to his early game right now, as all of these players very, very close in contention for coming away with a beautiful point lead. Is now Verse able to get himself a blue armor swap that was left there by Mike. We're going to see the musket shots coming in off the F2. AIS trying to come through with a charge attack into the jump LMB. Verse now on the back end going to go back to that gray armor. Doesn't have full gray armor, so he's just going to be able to pick it up. Try and see if he can get a scale rush onto Mike. Doesn't connect. Ends up going into the Yushan Ruins now, as Frostivus is going to give chase as well. Everybody joining into the Yushan Ruins, as Verse trying to scale rush away as fast as possible. All of these players clamoring together for this elimination. Nobody wanting Verse to get any kills off of spawn here, as he's just going to have to try and kite this out and kite away. He's in a good spot to do it right now. He's able to take another teleport if he really needs to. So it looks like he finds himself a blue armor swap, putting himself in a bit of a better position, getting himself a good little reset. Now Frostivus going to try and come in with the scale rush on the Fist Blades. It looks like he has just backed off for the time being, though. Verse up onto the top end now, trying to see if he can get the kill onto JL's AIS. The 1-2 coming out into the overhold. Both of these Hung Sword players coming through, trying to deal a lot of damage, avoiding the F2 by dropping down onto the other side here. Going to be able to kite this out, and Frostivus still trying to give chase.
Yeah, Frosty here knows he needs to continue the tempo he had from the last game. He wants to make something big happen here. EWG's Arano here inside the no-hold zone, going to pop the F here to break away. Still looking for some better armor, going to be grappled out here by KLA's T225. T225 here. Only a couple of points away from that threshold, but a massive parry by Arano, turning things around here in this fight. T225 with the purple Hong Sword here, with a huge uppercut onto Arano, with the follow-up LMB charge there, going to do a lot of damage. Arano investing the F to break away extremely fast here, but OUG's Mike on the hunt as well, as Arano finds the white armor swap. Going to come in looking for the carousel, but T225 yet again with that LMB horizontal there off of the Hong Sword here. Going to catch Arano out, but he finds another white armor swap. Mike actually connects onto T225 through the building with that there. Not sure quite how that interaction works, but Mike coming through here, trying to clean it up onto Arano with a Hong Sword of his own, looking for the opportunity to take a reset, but T225 right there in the wings, trying to get some big damage out here onto Mike. Mike gonna break away here, take the portal up here just to get away from it. Mike with the armor swap, he knew he had that armor waiting in the wings there. Mike just doing Mike things. T225 turning around with the Hong Sword there, doing quite a bit of damage. to see the ult invested there on the side of Akos. TT25 gonna pop the ultimate as well, use the dash just to get away. Knows that Mike was gonna go for the aggressive re-ult there. TT25 gonna get away again, and Mike with the misread actually sends the ult out. Super unfortunate. Mike, no charges left here to take this fight on. Will catch the F though into the uppercut. TT25 parry comes through. The F being invested by TT25 now, trying to break away. Arano keeping the chase up here as we see Mike look to take the opportunity to go for a reset. TT25 goes for the scale rush. Mike gonna disappear through the portal here. TT25 on the back foot here as Arano's gonna pop the ultimate. TT25 really needs to break away from here, but Arano gonna gatekeep him, not allow him to get anywhere near those portals. Arano playing that really smart, gonna end the ult early, gonna get himself that soul bloom, get some of that ult charge back, and set himself up to head towards these Realm of Yangs, getting ready to come through.
Verse back to the Soul Altar. TG25 back to the Soul Altar. XY only one elimination on the board. Mike, no eliminations on the board. Forced to take a reset. Kills gone to EWG's Arano and JL's AIS as well as Star. Nobody getting close to match point. We're getting to see these other games. I'm super excited to see this happening here as DRG's Fong looks like he finally wants to start getting aggressive into these games right now, trying to play his heart out, unable to come away with any sort of elimination from that initial engage. TE Star now picking up his 2 eliminations on the board for him here as he is leading the lobby in kills. We do see no eliminations on the board for the majority of the lobbies. We are going to take a look now. Arano fighting against OUG's Mike. Arano hungry for kills today. He knows he's not going to make it up and win the games, but he can at least get himself a little bit of a higher score. No ult zone was popped, so it looks like he is going to back out Spider with golden fist blades in hand. Yang Pass is going to get given to Spider. It looks like Frostivus might just try and go for another Yang portal. All of these portals are going to be pretty much covered though, so we might get to take a look at the map. Frostivus could be staying pretty close to the side. Looks like he might try and rotate out now as we do see Spider going to be getting to hold that portal all to himself. Verse as well, going to get himself a free portal as Mike, AIS, and Shuzhang fighting it out for the portal closer to the side of the snow as we do see Circle 1 closing as we speak. Circle 2 is going to be opened in just a few seconds, and these players who have the rebirths remaining, like Mike, are going to have no rebirths remaining anymore. So if you die in the next couple of seconds, it is going to be permanent.
XY here off the rebirth on the Soul Altar. Not a lot of gear to his name here, still on that white armor, looking to hustle through Plume Castle here and find some scraps for himself. We're going to see a lot of this already looted. He will find a set of blue armor here just sitting on the box. Free upgrade for him here. It's going to be nice as the Spirit Well gets ready to come through. We're going to see XY here really want to try to fight out for this early Spirit Well to get himself some much needed upgrades, but OUG's Mike showing up with the same game plan here, looking to do the same. XY not wanting to give it up though with the musket shots here. We're playing an FPS game all of a sudden and Mike's winning. XY forced to back away. Mike getting a lot of charge here towards this. The F going to be invested. XY trying to come in and make something happen here on to Mike. He's able to push him a little bit away here. Mike going to lose most of that armor now, looking for the reset. Will find a very quick white armor swap though. Wants to keep this contested, and Mike's going to be the one who's able to come in and get it. But XY able to secure the armor here. Absolutely huge for him. Mike going to be forced to burn the resources to take the reset as we get ready to head into the Realm of Yang. It's going to be EWG's Arano versus Fun Plus Phoenix's Verse inside our first Realm of Yang. Verse here with those fist blades, trying to find some bow shots, not quite able to get there. The grapple's coming through, and it's going to be Verse who starts to take a little bit of damage there from those pistol shots after the grapple sends a blending Arano on the bottom. Verse with a massive parry, though, goes in. Now he uses the one with the purple longsword in a really good situation here versus this other player. Now going to take a little bit of uppercut damage. The F going to come in to secure himself from taking more damage there. EWG's Arano on the Clank, another Clank follow-up. Verse deciding it's time to go invest the ultimate, just looking for that opportunity, just needs one good clean freeze here, and the horizontal there on that purple longsword could end it up. He misses out the opportunity. The ult going to be invested there on the side of Hottie. Verse taking the opportunity to take a full reset, misses yet another one, needs to find a way to demech him here and get this freeze before he's able to get a full reset here. Verse though, just waiting it out, will take that fire tick damage coming in there from the Hottie. Verse looking for the opportunity, but the ult gonna end very soon. Misses out there on the dash yet again. Comes back in very quickly with the scale rush from the fan into the weapon swap here. Is able to get a little bit of damage there off the back of that LMB, but not a full bit of damage there. Frostivus gonna pick up an elimination on the KLA's T225. While we're watching this go down inside the realm of Yang here. Verse gonna lose control of neutral. They're gonna be forced to pop the F just to make something happen. EWG Arano with the F in the tank. Verse is gonna have to find 2 controls of neutral to make it happen here. Arano gets griefed out there, but refines control and very quickly picks up the elimination onto Verse. 1+ Phoenix's Verse going to be heading out there with the Yang depletion as we cut over to JL's AIS and TE Star.
All of the good players are selling, man. Nobody's coming away with the eliminations. We do see it looks like Spider might have lost himself those gold fist blades that we saw earlier. It looks like T Star. Oh no, Spider's got himself a pair of gold fist blades as well. T Star on the back end has that White Tiger's prowess. Not 100%. I believe he did pick himself up the White Tiger's prowess instead of the Vermilion's Bird Might. A little bit of a questionable play there, but you know, he's going to try and make something happen with it. And it looks like all of our players on the top are not succeeding right now. AWG's Arano, the player that's coming out the most on top, was able to take out FPX Verse in that realm of Yang and is now using that Vermilion's Bird Might fighting against JDG's Chuzhang. Chuzhang very, very hungry for this kill here, and it looks like Arano going to be swinging things back around, trying to see if he can get an elimination off onto Chuzhang, unable to come away with that elimination, or unable to connect with that Hottie ultimate. Is able to get himself that purple armor that was on the ground, swaps over to it. Frostivus waiting in the wings as well. He was able to get a kill onto KLA's T225, so that is another one of our top players in contention for match point, who has been dropped out, and now Mike getting caught by the wisps here, and it looks like XY was unable to make anything happen with that, as we are going to see XY come away with the elimination with the musket shot here. So XY now on the top of the leaderboard, 25.4 points. It's up to XY to come away with this game, and we've seen him go crazy on the Temmies. He is very, very good at catching players with the wisp. He's very good at turning these situations around in fights from 1 HP, especially when he's got a long sword in his hands. He does have those dual halberds right now, purple rarity. So they are going to be dealing a whole lot of damage, and it looks like TE Star is going to go out to WBG Spider, as Spider picking up his second kill of the game. And now 3, 4, and 5 in the standings. Mike, TT25, and Star all eliminated already. Now Verse trying to make something happen onto XY. XY not wanting to get eliminated here, as it looks like Frostivus has gone down as well, eliminated. We do see him go completely down, as Chuzhang is able to pick up that elimination. All of these players fighting it out to try and get onto match point, and it looks like XY's chance might be taken away from him right here. And there we go, Verse trying to see if he can get the bloom, but no, Wang Liang manages to steal the bloom out from underneath him. Now Verse needs to get himself another elimination. Ultimate burned, fighting against a Z-Ping. This is not the situation he wants to be in. 1 elimination on the board. Fong has also gone out. Spider just going crazy in the kill feed right now. 4 eliminations on the board for him so far, I believe. And we do see Verse trying to go for an armor swap. It looks like he wasn't able to pick it up. Trying to see if he can take this fight against Wolves Wang Liang with only 1 minute and 28 seconds left on that Yang depletion. He's in a lot of trouble. Wang Liang having a great game as well. Able to steal that bloom away from Verse as he chases him down, very, very low in HP, and the parry's going to come through. F ability actually able to save Verse for a second there. Jumping LMB going to stun him too. EWG's Arano now jumping into the fight, and Wang Liang picks up the elimination. Arano gets the soul bloom, as all of the top players in contention for match point are eliminated, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my goodness, you hate to see it, ladies and gentlemen. You only need 4 points on the board for multiple of these players, and they're just not able to make anything happen. Wang Liang here literally just griefing Verse out of the lobby as well. WBG Spider picking up a ton of eliminations as we get ready to head into our against the Realms Yang. It's going to be Arano versus WBG Spider, and Spider Ooh, double legendary weapons in the back pocket here, including a legendary set of fist blades here. You also see that he dropped an extra weapon behind the pillar there in preparation for looking for the parry here onto Arana. So he's got that space just to immediately pick up the weapon. There we go. The parry comes through. He immediately picks up the set of legendary weapons there. Spider looking for that parry so that he can take it away from him there. Arano going to take a lot of damage. Spider going to pop the ultimate here, and Arano going to have to be very careful here about how he plays this out. Spider goes for it, but is able to break through there because of the gold focus. Narano looking to set it up yet again. Spider playing safe here, wants to hold that ult charge for as long as possible. Able to duck underneath the fire dash there, able to avoid it yet again. He does have one charge left. He's going to go ahead and burn it here as he comes in with the legendary fist blades, doing a lot of damage to EWG's Arano. Arano looking for some heals there. Spider's going to come around the corner there. Will get a pot off. Spider able to get the reread parry yet again. He does it to Arano twice there on the same pillar in the same way. Arano not happy about this sort of events. He's 1 HP and a dream, just trying to time it out now. Spider just needs to catch him, and there it is. WBG Spider picks up another elimination as we head to our next realm of Yang. Jails AIS versus Wolves Wang Liang.
Mental is back for Spiders. We are going to take a look at this fight first before we talk about that. JL's AIS with gold fist blades in hand is going to be huge coming through. Wolves Wang Liang needs to get this elimination to stay in the game. Is going to be in a very, very tough spot here as JL's AIS trying to make something happen on the scale rush. We do see the Z-Ping F going to be invested here as we do see the overhold coming through. F ability invested from AIS here. We're going to see them bringing it back around, getting the charge off and coming away with the elimination. The 1.0 dash from the fist blades, able to deal so much damage and come away with an elimination, getting himself that gold armor, White Tiger's prowess, legendary longsword, a lot of other good loot and goodies, able to get himself back up to where he needs to be into this game as he picks up that White Tiger's prowess and exits the realm of Yang. There's only 4 people left. Second Yang, there's only 5 people left. 2 players with Yang depletion. We're gonna have 3 players with 6 minutes left in the game. We'll have 3 players left, as 2 of these players will either go out to Yang depletion or get themselves an elimination. So the only other scenario is we'll have 4 players because Wang Liang, it looks like he might just take himself out right. Just doing a little bit of shopping in the storm. He's going to be able to get himself back in here, though.
And smoke him if you got him. You got the Dark Tide coins, you spend him. EWG's Arano, though, very quickly trying to rip through Wang Liang here so he can go ahead and cleanse this Yang depletion before any other players show up. Wolves Wang Liang going to invest the ultimate here. Arano has not missed a single beat here, not missed a read onto Wang Liang. He wants to keep this game alive. He said, I haven't had a good game all day today. I'm not going out now. Not to Yang depletion, not like this. Able to get multiple hits here on to Wang Liang. Wang Liang, no ult available in the tank here. A fire tick going to come down here on to our boy Wang Liang as well. Looks for the opportunity yet again. Wolves, though, trying to play break the ankles here as he's just running around in circles here in the building, and Arano not quite sure how to stop him from doing it as Wolves Wang Liang finds most of a reset. The bubble going to come through as well now, and Arano has to do it all over again with no ult available for him as WBG Spider also shows up, looking to pick up some eliminations onto these players. Going for the carousel here onto Wolves. Gonna send him flying here with the legendary longsword, the legendary Jade as well, doing a ton of damage. Wolves nowhere near that ultimate right now. The bubble not gonna be back up for a hot second here. We're gonna see Spider invest the ultimate, but Jails AIS will pick up the elimination. Spider forced to back away from that there as we do see our other player there, Arano, able to secure the Soul Bloom, which means we're going to have 4 players left remaining alive here with 9 minutes and 48 seconds. Spider, no ultimate, though, in a little bit of a vulnerable state. And the question is, will these players look to pressure onto Spider and send him out of the lobby now that he doesn't have the ultimate? Spider on 4, AIS on 3, Chu Zhang and Arano on 2. Spider trying to catch out Arano there. The terrain going to grief him a little bit there. Arano looked like he hadn't fell yet, but I do believe he actually had. That's why the follow-up hit there from Spider to go for the carousel doesn't go through. Arano dropped down to the bottom here, trying to find a reset as all these players players continue to give chase. Spider not wanting to wait. He says, I want this lobby to go ahead and end. I want to go next. Spider on a 21.2 right now. JDG's Chu Zhang coming in with the scale rush coming in. All 4 of these players just trading blows and playing a ring around the rosy right now, trying to keep their game alive while also trying to secure those eliminations. Spider going to walk right in there to the R&B there from the dual Hallies. Going to use the F to break away. Now Spider going to look for the opportunity to take a reset as he goes topside. AIS continuing to trade blows here with JDG's Chu Zhang. EWG's Arano going to show up. AIS going to take the opportunity to reset as it is third-party central over and over here, allowing these players so many resets as they continue to burn through resources. Chu Zhang going to come topside, wait for that opportune moment. The Bane's Breath going to drop on all 4 players' head as the action keeps going.
And White Tiger's prowess is going to be in our circle for the Spirit Well. So all of these players are going to be desperately trying to chase to grab that, as we do see the Phoenix Blast coming up from that gold longsword. Just so much damage output coming from that charged RMB and LMB slashes that we're going to see Spider trying to invest. As we are going to see, I don't believe Spider is going to be able to come through with a match point finish, even if he gets all 4 eliminations or all 3 other eliminations with the first place finish. We do see JDG Shuzhong with the Cyan Fang Jade coming out there from the 1-2-3 on the dual blades that we saw earlier. WBG Spider still trying to make something happen. Ultimate online for him now is JL's AIS, the one without the ultimate. There are 2 Liams, 2 hotties. So this is an interesting circle. Huge parry coming through, able to come away, but the will form hook from Arano is going to be our saving grace for AIS there, as the punish damage does not come through from the gold longsword. And Spider is going to end up getting caught out in that, backing off to go for a bit of a heal here, as it looks like Chu Zhang going to take to the backside of this fight. Going to try and go for a scale rush, ends up backing off. Nobody going for the Spirit Well right now, as it looks like Spider actually is going to be able to capture the Spirit Well almost completely free, as the 1-2 coming through from AIS, as we're going to see the overhold coming through, jumping in, as nobody able to parry that, as we are seeing the scale rush coming in now from AIS. Spider getting hit with the scale rush of his own, and he needed to go for a bit of a reset before re-engaging onto this fight. Everybody just scale rushing in to this zone of the Spirit Well, and it looks like Arano going to try and capture this. He's getting very close here, as AIS going to try and bring it back into this game with the scale rush. Going to be a big scale rush if he's able to capture this. Unable to connect with it. Spider bringing out the gold pole sword to try and see if he can capture anything off of that. Huge parry going to come in, and now the F ability invested. We do see Arano missing the will form hook here, as we do see now. He is going to try and capture that by investing his ultimate to try and get these other players to back off, and it looks like he might actually get this here pretty quickly. We are going to see him getting very close to capturing it. Chu Zhang just trying to hold the zone as long as possible so that he burns the ultimate without getting it, and now Chu Zhang going to invest the ultimate. All of these players full going into their ults to try and come away with it, and Arano is going to be able to come away with it, able to get his ultimate back. It was a very risky move to make, but he was able to get the play here. Switching over to that gold armor now. Very, very good positioning for him right now. Everybody very close in kills, so this is anybody's game right now. Nobody's completely ran away with it in the standings. And we're going to take a look. Spider trying to make something happen onto Arano. Arano just going to go for a little bit of a replacement on his dual halberds, replenishing those to get back to full durability, and everybody just kiting out. As the second someone gets low, they're able to find a way out of the fight and reset, as they have their other teammate. Teammate's a strong word. Ally is what we should use, as they are 2 hotties and 2 Liams, so they're going to try and keep each other alive and try and go for the 1v1.
Yeah, very, very interesting game. I don't think we're going to see a lot of crazy fights break out into Final Circle. This is going to go all the way, unfortunately, as these 4 players back away here. This last Bane's Breath really going to deter them from looking to fight here, like you said, because it is 2-2. We're not going to see a lot of it. Unless Chu Zhang all of a sudden gets caught out here, things could change very drastically there. But Chu Zhang looking to break away, maybe try to find the other Liam here. Unfortunately, he's nowhere to be seen, as both Arano and AIS just coming in heavy here, pumping the damage out here onto JDG's Chu Zhang. Chu Zhang trying to break away, get a reset here. The other Liam will show up to cause some problems here. Spider doing a little bit of damage here with that legendary longsword, trying to give chase here to EWG's Arano. Arano now on the back foot here. Might be forced to burn the ultimate here soon as Spider keeps the pressure of the scale rush coming in down below. Nobody really able to find the follow-up connection though. Spider missing that jumping R&B, unfortunately keeping it up, and it looks like everybody will be taking another full reset here as we wait yet again for zone 5 to collapse onto zone 6 here. This will likely go all the way to the end. EWG's Arano coming around the side, trying to trade some blows here. Not going to find much of anything. Around the front, misses the R&B there off of the dual Hallies. Will come through, gets a little bit of a connection there and a little bit of connection onto him with some scale rush damage as well. Forced to burn the F. Will walk into the Cav Bloom. Chu Zhang gonna get a lot of damage there with the Cav Bloom back into the zone yet again. Arana will find himself being forced to burn ultimate here and not gonna be in a good place. Will turn back in there onto that Cav Bloom to try to get some damage in here. Spider capitalizing now. Both hotties gonna be forced to burn their ultimates here, and this is a bad position to be in if you're Arano and AIS. As soon as those ultimates go down, these two Liams are going to look to come in and capitalize, and sure enough, we're going to see ults being invested on the side of the Liams as well. Arano on the top side taking some big scale rush damage, trying to come back down and look for the reset. He is able to get a pot off. Chu Zhang going to step away, forced to stand in his ultimate here, and now both sides without ultimates, except for WBG Spider, who actually still has that ultimate. Unfortunately, Arano and AIS will find full resets yet again as we continue to play Ring Around the Rosie here with this building. No real way for these players to clutch this out, even though both hotties are without ultimates right now. Chu Zhang needs to come inside, help Spider make a play here, or this is just going to go all the way to the end. Huge damage coming through. All of a sudden, Arano disappears in the mayhem, and now it is just AIS versus WBG Spider. Our boy JDG's Chu Zhang. Arano all of a sudden disappears in the blink of an eye.
And the kill ended up going to AIS. So his little partner in crime. You can see how quickly those alliances end when it comes to 1 HP in a dream. AIS said, you know what? I can't peel for you any longer. I'm sending this blue your way. You're going to die. If anybody's going to get the kill on the guy that I've been peeling for the past 5 minutes, it's going to be me. So he picks up the elimination. We're going to see all of them ganging up onto AIS right now. It's going to be the 2v1 scenario, sort of. And then the 1v1 Spider and Chu Zhang are going to be ending up fighting this out. We're seeing the Phoenix Blast come out. Spider going to try and get a connect off of that. The minute he gets the connect off the Phoenix Blast, that's when it comes through. And then we see the Cavalry Bloom coming in from the Wild as well. The 1-2 from the Fan going to come through, but a huge parry comes out, and it looks like the F ability invested so that Chu Zhang doesn't get the brunt of that damage. We're going to see him go for the parry coming through, but the Fan is going to get released and come away with a lot of damage. With the Cavalry Bloom coming out, F ability invested. We're going to see the ultimate now invested. WBG Spider has the upper hand in this fight. The only person with ultimate. Going to try and clip AIS. Doesn't clip it, but gets the elimination. Flips over to the pistol, and now we're seeing Spider. All he needs to do is come away with this kill. No ultimate available, but he's able to get him into the sky, into the Phoenix Blast, and then there you go. 6 eliminations and a first place finish. Spider on top, very close to match point, and there we go. His mental is back. He's set up, and he's ready to go. In 3rd place, I believe, going to have himself a very good shot at match point for next game.
Look, this is exactly what I talked about, right? It was WBG Spider needed to bounce back between games 3 and 4 if he was going to do it. He had a good game 3. He's sitting much better. His mental, you can see it on his face. He's feeling himself right now. WBG Spider, this could be what he needs to come back out and clutch out this bi-weekly final.
Directly north, just below the castle, we are going to see a couple of these players right by Eventide Temple. And so we do see KLA and Arano going for these Fireflies here. As it looks like TG25 was able to get himself his ultimate first. It looks like Arano unable to get his full ult. We're going to see it go off as he gets the other Bloom. Oh my goodness. He grabs the Fireflies again. The 1-2 coming in from Frostivus. Going to get parried out here. F going to get invested now, trying to bring this back around. Has the dual blades out first. Is going to get another huge parry off. Frostivus not having a great start to the game here. Another huge parry going to come through, but allowing Frostivus to escape here as Verse is going to try and keep giving chase here. You're going to see the gold or the focus scale rush going to come through, but Frostivus going to get eliminated. Mike coming away with the elimination. Now Verse trying to make something happen, but is going to get hit with the jump LMB, and Mike coming away with 2 eliminations right off the rip onto Frostivus and Verse. Verse in a very tough spot, already going out with 0 eliminations on the board. EWG's Arano trying to make something happen on to Kayla's T225. T225, a player who is in contention for match point. Arano is going to try and get the freeze off, has another one available, is going to be able to get himself another Firefly to give himself an extra couple of dashes here, as we are going to see the full charge coming through into the F ability from Kayla's T225 to bring it back around. 55% on the ult for Arano right now. So he's going to try and go for a bit of a heal. Goes for the overhold. The Clank is going to come out. Kayla's T225 very, very low, and it's anyone's game. Whoever hits this first is going to be able to come away with it. They are going to have them go for some pots, and it looks like Arano was able to get an armor swap off really quickly and prevents the kill, and Arano picks up the elimination on the T225, and Mike is the only player in the top right now who has been able to come away with any sort of elimination. Spider trying to make something happen on a TE Star 20.2 points. Spider very, very close to being able to get that match point, but he needs to pick up this off spawn kill. Very, very few of these top players have been able to make anything happen off spawn, and Spider needs to make something happen here. No ultimate available for Star, though, so Star in a very tough spot, and it looks like this could be it for him really quickly here. Trying to go for the follow-up one, too. The burn damage could be it for him, as he does get that last slash in. Star, 1 HP in a dream right now, is going to be able to kite this out for a little bit longer, but Spider able to pick himself up in elimination, putting him on the very top of the leaderboard at 26.9. He's 1.1 points away from coming away with any sort of match point. So it is going to be very close, but we're probably going to see Spider coming on a match point. JDG Shuzhong going to invest that ultimate. Fong only on 50%. These Firefly games, so these ults coming out super fast. Fong is going to get caught. The follow-up coming through, and Shuzhong picking up the elimination. DRG's Fong going to get sent back to the Soul Altar with only 1 elimination.
As we head in here, we are 30 seconds before Zone 1 even collapses, and we have seen so many eliminations coming through already. We're going to cut on over to WBG's Spider and ASE's XY. Spider hungry to keep the pressure up here. Going to come in here with the dual blades, catch some clean hits there. XY gets a single hit there off of the pole sword, but Spider will find it again. The F being invested on the side of XY. Spider going to miss time a parry here, as both of them are going to see their armor stripped here. XY trying to break away here, looks for the scale rush. Spider waits for the cancel there and follows up with some big damage. The ult going to come in. Spider able to just tap dodge away with the iframes and pick up another elimination. Is now literally 0.1 points away from breaking across the threshold. As we pop over to Wolves, Wang Liang versus Alliance's Frostivus. Frostivus going to invest the F immediately. Wang Liang taking a lot of damage here, trying to break away as Frostivus keeps the pressure up here. Wang Liang looking for that armor swap potentially on the inside. It's not going to find one here as he continues to break across here, looking everywhere there could potentially be one for him, but Frostivus comes in, huge parry for the cleanup, and will pick up his first elimination of the game as we head over to Fun Plus Phoenix's versus OUG's Mike, 2 of our top contenders here, trading blows with one another. Verse here, no resurrection available for himself as he's trying to trade blows here with Mike. Gonna pop the ultimate, will miss the V activation here, but OUG's Mike not gonna miss any of his dashes coming through, getting some big damage here on Verse, and Verse knows he needs to break away. Will find an armor swap here and is trying to play this out nice and slow, trying to hold on to that last leap for as long as possible. Tries to turn it back around, misreads Mike's aggressiveness there, will miss out on it. So both of these players going to lose their ult, but neither of them going to be low enough to chase down for an elimination here. So Mike's going to take the opportunity to, I do believe, pop 2 Na here, get a little bit of healing back. He's going to see XY in the background. Mike, 2 eliminations to his name. He needs to secure himself 6 more points this game, or 5.4 more points if he wants to break that threshold. WBG Spider keeping the...
Oh my goodness. Spider, my boy. This is twice you've done this now. You've done this twice. I don't know his mindset. This is going to be a huge hit to his mental here. Just the fact that he hit it, even though he made it out alive, this could ruin his whole game. The way that Spider's mental is into these games, this could ruin the entire momentum that he's gained into this fight. As he does get hit, he does see another fire cage. Just the PTSD reminder there is just watch him scale rush into this one as well. Scale rushes, does not get the burn I do not believe he did get hit with the burn damage there, but it was very close. He does manage to get himself that Yang pass though, so JDG's Chuzhong trying to contest him for it, as we do see the overhold coming through into the 1-2, as we do see them both going for the parries. The 1-2 coming up from Spider, able to connect into the overhold. JDG's Chuzhong now on the back foot, going to pop that F1, and look at that, he's able to get his shield back, going for a bit of a reset. Spider as well going to take himself a reset, as 34 seconds left before this Yang portal decides to open its doors for the contestants to enter and go for a huge fight. But Spider right now having a little bit of PTSD from the flaming cages, got hit once. He's going to try and keep his cool. Revives are now down. Spider in the best position right now. 2 eliminations on the board, 0.1 points away from succeeding. All he needs is 1 more kill, or he needs to hold off and place at very, very close to coming away with a very high placement. As you do see, I believe this is his Kylan game though. He is playing the Kylan, or he's playing Hottie. He's playing Hottie. So he's not playing Kylan. So I don't know if he's got another chance to play Kylan for his match point game, but that's probably the situation that he's going to try and put himself in for game number 7.
We're getting ready to head into these realms of Yang. It's going to be DRG versus EWG and Alliance's Frostivus versus JL's AIS. And here we go. It's going to be WBG's Spider versus KLA's T225. And this, the classic matchup. Again, the last time we saw this, Spider was just able to get into T225's head, make him afraid to throw the blues after double parrying legendary weapons out of his hand and come out on top. So will T225 be able to come out of this with a better game here? He's going to get parried again, but he's on Liam this time, so he's got the F. Comes in, gets the parry here onto Spider, takes his fan away from him, gets the follow-up damage here. T225 not afraid to throw those blues or those parries as he starts to clean clock here on WBG Spider. Spider, though, gonna catch him out there with the grapple re-extension into the wall, and oh my goodness, T225 just disappears. Spider onto the hottie hold here, now giving chase here. T225 is gonna have to play this out perfectly if he wants to make a comeback here. He looked like he was doing really well, and then Spider finds one intro into the fight and completely flips the script. There we go. T225 able to break away here, but Spider still with plenty of time left on the ult here is able to come through. Doesn't look like he's able to get the burn tick in. T225 needs to take control of this neutral, get some big damage out. He's able to get a pot off. Spider going to cancel one there, looking to make something happen. Goes in there. We're going to see him come down with the scale rush into the clank. Spider trying to break away here, looking for the scale rush down onto T225. Waits for it, is able to come down, gets a little bit of damage. T225, though, holding on, goes into the overhold. Spider takes so much damage. This is going to be it. T225 is able to come out on top.
Spider's going to be 0.1 point away from coming away with the match point. Oh my goodness, the juggle downhill from Fun Plus Phoenix's verse onto JDG's Chuzhong, hitting him with a jumping RMD to be able to finish off a lot of that damage. And the toothpicking from Fun Plus Phoenix's verse down the hill, putting him onto 28 points, or 20. He's on 27.7. He's so close. 27.9. Spider needs an elimination and a soul bloom to cure his Yang depletion. This is going to be a difficult task for him here. Frostivus and Arano as well, both on Yang depletion. You see JL's AIS, who does have Vermilion's Birdbite, going to be facing off against Frostivus here. Purple armor in hand, tries to go for the parry. Overhold is going to connect as Frostivus able to get the damage output on to AIS with the purple fan in hand, is going to try and go for it again. AIS doing a great job of kiting here. The 1-2 going to come out, able to hit the 1-2 the second time into the overhold, into another overhold, into a third overhold, but the ultimate is going to get invested now. Both of these players on the Valda, so this is going to be an interesting one to see how these spears are going to get thrown. Tries to go for the parry. The overhold is going to come out here. Ultimate coming up from Frostivus now, going to be able to dodge that out. Both of these players doing a great job of kiting each other's ultimates out, but very low HP. AIS going to be in a lot of trouble. Holds it out, and there we go. Frostivus extremely close to being able to come away with this elimination here. He's got one spear left. He's going to try and throw it. Does not catch AIS, but AIS now forced to try and kite this out. Both have abilities available. Goes over to the longsword, able to get the elimination, and Frostivus back into the game. AIS sent to the soul altar with his Vermilion's Birdmite. Frostivus switching over to that purple longsword just in time. DRG's Fung now taking a lot of damage. Fun Plus Phoenix's verse is ready for this fight, and he comes away with the kill and 28 points. 2 players now have passed the match point threshold. We do see Verse and Spider both on 28 plus points. XY and KLA are going to be the next 2 players to do it.
Yeah, Verse here, super happy about this sort of event. Spider, though, still needing to get himself a Soul Bloom to keep this particular game alive. Kaylee's T225 on the receiving end of some pain here from Verse. Verse popping the F here, trying to step away, wants to get away from that dagger. Huge scale rush from Kaylee's T225 with the follow-up there onto the longsword. T225 risking it all here, wants nothing to do with the follow-up, but he does still have that Vermilion Bird's Might, so even if he gets eliminated here, he's not out of the lobby just yet. The ult going to be coming in from XY here. T225, no place to go. The cannon shot going to come in and clean it up, but T225, again, with that Vermilion, still going to keep his game alive here as we see Verse coming in here onto XY. XY here needs one elimination to go above the threshold here. Could he find it here on Verse? Time will tell, but it looks like Verse gonna step away. Let's go back to WBD Spider here with 1 minute and 30 left remaining on the Yang depletion. Looking for that elimination that he needs. He's gonna find TE Star. I do believe he's got himself a bounty here onto Star. This is the elimination. He's got to go for it. Star trying to get away. Spider with a mass parry, though. This is all Spider needs to keep the game alive. Coming in, Star just not able to take control, even with the ult going. Spider's just dominating this fight. TE Star, who had an incredible start to the day, forced into the zone here, looking for an armor swap, and Spider just walking away from it, able to get through the leap here. We see the re-leap, the F coming in. Spider knows this Star going to end very shortly. Star trying to get to the no ult zone to keep Spider from being able to use his ult into this fight. The no ult zone going to be invested in. Spider says, I don't care. I'm going to win on neutral. Run those ones, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. Spider with the 1-2. They're both going for these overholds. Huge parry coming out, and Spider going to be forced to pop that F ability now. And Star in a lot of trouble. Tries to go for that F1 or F2 to come out. We're going to see the Hong Sword movement coming through, trying to see if he can get Prio off. He doesn't manage to get that LMB. Gets the follow-up slash as he's 1 HP in a dream. Jump LMB, but the Clank is going to come out, and TE Star going to come away with the elimination. Spider is on match point, so he has succeeded in getting himself up into the top of the game here. Mike, you're going to get a super huge parry. You're going to flip over to the fan of Frostivus that we saw take from him here. Purple fan in hand is going to try and make something happen with it. Frostivus doing a good job of dodging, trying to get the back parry off onto that. They're going to see him going for that LMB prio with the longsword. Both of these players onto the longsword now. Pistol shot going to come up from Mike. Mike able to get a beautiful scale rush up on the top, trying to go for the 1.0 into the jumping LMB. Frostivus trying to make something happen, but the ultimate from the Kylan just super strong. High output into damage, but right now we still have that ultimate online from the Valda, so we could see it coming out in a beautiful way right here. Mike gonna try and get these slashes off, is taking more damage than he's gaining. Very, very low in HP. Frostivus can ult right now. All he needs to do is get that ultimate off, and now Mike in a whole lot of trouble here. If he's able to dodge out these slashes, we are gonna see the ultimate getting dropped down for both of these players. Did you see the slash come through? Mike doing a beautiful job at kiting out all of this Valda ultimate here, as you see him miss most of it, but Mike getting a huge parry now, and Frostivus 1 HP in a dream. It's going to be very difficult for him to come back from this here. You do see trying to get the prio off, but he doesn't get it, and the 1.0, the LMB, is going to come away with the elimination. As we flip over to Fun Plus Phoenix and JL's AIS. AIS taking up so much damage, does have 2 spear throws left, uses one of them. Very little timer left on the ultimate, but he's going to be caught into prio, won't be able to throw that last ult slash. Ultimate HP is going to be taken away from him here. Clank going to come in off of the Hong Sword into the Longsword here, as JD Fun Plus Phoenix's verse trying to come through with that overhold damage. AIS trying to make something happen, goes for the follow-up, doesn't connect with it, into the 1-2, able to deal damage onto the 1-2, but the jump LMB going to come through from verse. So much damage coming through, as we do see the scale rush come through. Nobody getting prio off the scale rush. The 1-2 coming through, dealing some damage. Prio coming through now. AIS able to get the grapple bump into the 1.0, into the jump LMB, and that is the game for him. Verse sent back to the Soul Altar.
Oh my goodness, JL's AIS here, desperately struggling to put as many points on the board as he can here. I don't think there's a world where AIS can come back to win the bi-weekly final here, but what he can do is climb higher up that leaderboard and secure himself some much needed points to qualify for Worlds here. That legendary great sword, a weapon we don't see very often at all here in solos, as we cut over to ASE's XY, just chilling in the bush. Frostivus coming through here. 4 minutes left remaining on that Yang depletion. Frostivus in the same space. The Jail's AIS is really just trying to put as many points on the board here as possible for himself. As you can see, Mike, JL's AIS, no really good targets for Frostivus to jump onto here to look for that elimination to get the Soul Bloom. He's got to be smart and utilize that time he still has left remaining there on that Yang depletion. Turning over to Fun Plus Phoenix's verse here. Going to do a little bit of repairing in the very similar situation as Frostivus with the Yang depletion, and needs to be careful about which engagement he's actually going to take here as he looks for the Soul Bloom to cleanse that Yang depletion. We are 8 players still left remaining alive in the lobby as Zone 3 collapses onto Zone 4.
And Frostivus able to get some loot from the cave here as he looks to try and come away with an elimination. DRG's Fong looks like he might have spotted him out. Doesn't seem like Fong wants to go for this elimination though, as he doesn't need to go for these kills, as Fong very, very low on the scoreboard right now. He's not having a great finals. He's almost sure to not qualify or not come away with the MVP for the biweekly finals. OUG's Mike, though, somebody who does have a shot at getting onto match point, as well as KLA's T225 and XY from ASE. All of these players are still going to try and battle it out. There's 7 potential eliminations that they can get in this moment right now. So this is what they're going to be trying to go for. Fong jumping into this. Frostivus joining as well. Verse trying to back away, but if Frostivus and Verse find each other, this could be a good scrap off. XY just going to be kiting it out. He wants to hold for placement points right now. He's on the Tessa. He doesn't need to get aggressive. He doesn't have a buff. He doesn't have a debuff. He just needs to chill. He's going to try and relax. And Verse gonna do a bit of shopping, just see if he can burn the rest of his cash before he jumps into these fights. And Frostivus nowhere to be found right now. It does need to cure that Yang depletion as well, as DRG's Fong just hanging about. Everybody here just kind of holding through. ASE's XY, OUG's Mike, and KLA's T225 are going to be the 3 players that you're going to want to watch out for, as well as TE Star. They have the opportunity to come through with a lot of eliminations. And there we go, Verse and Fun Plus Phoenix's Verse and Alliance Frostivus have found each other here. We're going to see the prio going over to Verse, and Frostivus just getting absolutely juggled down the hill. The jump LMBs coming through, 3 jump LMBs able to come through, and now Frostivus just taking so much damage. Needs to get that ultimate online really fast here, but it looks like XY is going to come away with the elimination onto FPX Verse, and Frostivus now in a bit of a struggle. Wasn't able to get that Soul Bloom, wasn't able to make too much happen here as he's down on the backside of this. Everybody sharking him for this kill. They really want to come away with this elimination. Everyone senses the blood in the water. He's going to be able to get a full reset, and he's still got 1 minute and 8 seconds left to come away with some sort of elimination on the Valda. It's going to be difficult, but he has the chance to do it. He's going to see AIS out here. Doesn't want to shark the gold armor. Going to try and take the Kylan on in this fight now, and both of these players getting hit. Assault Smolder coming through, dealing some burn tick damage. Frostivus now in not the greatest position. OUG's Mike going to give his focus onto JL's AIS as they see the Valda. They think they're going for the right one. It looks like they might have gone for the wrong Valda here, as Frostivus is going to start taking a whole bunch of damage right now. OUG's Mike going to try and focus onto this, replenishing the cannon first before jumping back into the fight, as DRG's Fong as well going to try and make something happen. We're going to see the spear coming through. The burn tick damage going to be coming from the Assault Smolder of AIS, as with the gold pull sword in hand as well, going to just deal so much scale rush and grapple damage, as Frostivus going to pop that ultimate out. We are going to see Mike getting caught out with the 1.0 from the pull sword. Mike going to try and make something happen with this Kylan ultimate, scaling through, seeing if he can deal any sort of damage onto anybody. The only target that was close was the other Kylan, so he doesn't want to make that happen. Frostivus now in a very bad situation. T225 is the one to pick up the kill, and it looks like ASE's XY did pass that 28-point threshold as well. So T225 and Mike are the last 2 players that have a really good shot at doing it into this game. TE Star as well, if he's able to pick up a lot of eliminations. Assault Smolder onto Mike as well. This is going to be an interesting one for this final circle, as we've got 2 Kylans, 1 Valda, 1 Liam, 1 Akos, and surprisingly a Tessa.
Yeah, 6 players left remaining alive. Like you said, 3 players above that threshold. T225 and Mike, really good positions to potentially also cross that threshold, which could leave us 5 players on match point going into the next game, which would be absolutely crazy. If that was the case, we might actually see it end on game number 5, depending on who's able to secure the MVP. Mike here trying to make sure that he's able to get himself this spirit well, stepping away. T225 also coming in, desperately wanting to get his hands on it as well. ASE's XY coming in here with the Tessa ultimate, going to force Mike away. Mike really just kind of has to step away from this. Can't afford to be locked down to the Tesla hole in the middle of that Spirit Well. DRG's Fong trying to come in and secure it for himself as well. Mike, though, stepping back in. T225 coming in as well. AIS being forced away. T225 just holding that space with the Legendary Dagger. Mike finally just going to give it all the way up here as all these players continue to contest it. T225 been in it for a minute here. Might be walking away here with it. DRG's Fong forced to burn his ultimate after griefing everybody inside there. Everybody turns their attention to Fong. Fong able to get 2 armor pots off here. Looks like he's able to get a regular pot off as well, but that ult going to be coming off cooldown very quickly as we do see the Bane's Breath coming through and invested. I wasn't quite able to see who was able to get that Spirit Well, but I do believe it might have been, there it is, KLA's T225, who's got the Mystic Might under his belt here. Huge here for T225 as he's looking to chase DRG's Fong. He knows Fong without ultimate here. T225 in a really good position. He's got the backup armor and goodies to fall back onto as well. Fong caught out in the zone here. Tesla coming through will connect on to Fong. The bow shot's going to come through as well. T225 just needs to set himself up for a good follow-up here. Gets huge damage with the bow shot onto Fong, but Fong going to clear out of that. The Bane's Breath coming through, almost connecting onto DRG's Fong. T225 going to not secure it. It's actually going to be TE Star with a cannon shot, who's able to clutch it up here. Star going to 2 eliminations. Jail's AIS up top using 2 Nah as we are down to 5 players left remaining alive. Zone 5 going to collapse onto Zone 6 here in the next 6 seconds. That final Bane's Breath gonna go away just before the zone starts to collapse here as T225 starts to come in here on the fight between OUG's Mike and Jail's AIS.
Taking a look now, Mike losing so much HP from this meteor cannon shots coming from KLA's T225. T225 really wanting to get this. If he gets 3 kills in a first place or 4 kills in second place, as my best reading of Chinese and my deduction of basic numbers, is going to try and translate that page for you guys. As T225 does need these eliminations. He has to get first or second place, and he has to get either 3 or 4 eliminations based on that placement. But Mike just going to be sending these Kylan slashes onto T225 is going to end up helping him out there, as JL's AIS could have had some huge follow-up full sword damage, but he's not going to be able to come away with it. Mike very, very low in HP now, and it looks like T225 is going to pick up the elimination, able to bring himself back out with a full reset here. 48% on the ultimate as well. All of these players just going for the loot on the bodies, seeing if they can make something happen. He does also have access to all of that loot that's on the ground from the Spirit Well that he did end up picking up earlier, as now he's got 3 eliminations. So if he places first right now, he's able to do it. If he places second, he needs 1 more kill. And he's in a very good spot. He doesn't have ult right now. And everybody is a lone player in the lobby. No duos, no alliances are going to be formed, as everybody is their own hero. And right now, the Valda looks to be like the most powerful in the lobby, as that extra 2k HP is going to be very, very vital for that endgame circle. But if ult gets popped early for AIS, he could be finished, as he does have gold armor, gold pole sword, though. Assault Smolder as well is going to be very, very useful for him into this end game coming out. 2 eliminations for everybody, Star, AIS, and XY, except for T225, who's on 3.
Yeah, T225 needs to stay alive as long as possible here. Even 1 more elimination could be the difference between him qualling and not. I do believe if he picks up that elimination, goes to 3rd, it might be the difference maker here in terms of points that he needs to actually go ahead and go past that qualifier mark, where he'll be at 28 points here, which would leave 4 players as we had to into game 7 with that qualification points. XY here, super happy. Not only is he able to secure himself that 28-point threshold, but currently right now, sitting at the top of the leaderboard, 29.4 points. If it goes to game 8, and he's not able to clutch it out, every single one of these points is going to matter here. So you're going to see XY really look to play this one out to the best of his ability. AIS here trying to go ahead and clutch up onto XY. T225 doing the same as well. Looks like they've decided they want the Tessa out of this lobby. That Tessa ult could be a disaster in Final Circle as well. Surprised more players aren't turning on to AIS. There it is, T225 with the cannon shots. Does not want that Valda to make it Final Circle. They want to go ahead and rip that Valda ultimate from her as soon as possible. Valda using the scale rushers to go top side. XY in the tree. TE Star gonna evict him, send him down below. AIS taking quite a bit of damage here. That fire tick really doing a lot of HP damage there to AIS. The bubble's going to be invested there. T225 looking for a reset, going to use that building to their advantage. You see AIS try to come in, threaten the space. Not quite going to be able to get it. We're going to see the cannon shots ring through yet again onto AIS as T225 takes the opportunity to take the full reset. I do believe TE Star sitting topside there with the cannon. More cannon shots coming in from T225 as well. Down on to AIS. AIS able to get the full reset though. Zone 7 is coming in, ladies and gentlemen. The last 50 seconds of the game here is going to be heavily favored on the Valda. AIS there being able to just press V and get that instant 2k HP. XY going airborne here as long as possible, trying to grapple, get some cannon shots out, and stay airborne. Not going to be able to stay up there very long. T225 holding the space. John Yuan, I do believe, popping the 2-0, just standing there on the edge of the zone. T225 able to catch out AIS, throw him into the zone, throws the bow shot down as well. AIS, oh my goodness, gets parried, going to be forced into the ultimate now as well. T225 going to get sent flying by TE Star here. T225 pops the ult to come back in, but there's just no place for them to go here in the end. AIS going to come in, clean up another one, and again, the Valda here heavily favored into these moments. AIS will pick up another one, and it looks like we're going to see a Valda MVP coming in from JL's AIS.
T225 was so close to match point, but it looks like we're only going to see 3 players coming in on that match point, and AIS doing a phenomenal job at holding out those spears, keeping those players into the zone, and doing a great job of playing Valda in those final circles. They didn't deal with him early, they weren't able to get him out, and the whole lobby should have focused on that 2k HP. He was so close to getting out, sent him into the storm. KLA with that overhead from the staff was able to send him far into the storm, but the ultimate was able to come out, prevent so much of that damage that had just been done on to him from T225, and then T225 getting sent into the storm from the Wisp, tried to use his ultimate to get back into the zone, miss the shot, and ended up going out. AIS able to pick up a good amount of those kills as well. Usually we see players hit match point by game 4, but don't end up securing the victory until game 5, 6, or 7. But right now, this is the first time these players have been on match point, so we've got to focus on them. Verse and Spider already going up against each other here, as it looks like Spider going to be facing off with a little bit of a disadvantage. The 1-2 going to come out, trying to go for the overhold here. We do see the LMB into, or RMB into jumping LMB. So you see 1-2 coming up from Verse here, trying to come through. LMB Prio going to get given to Verse into the grapple bump extension, into the 1.0 focus, into the repeating crossbow. Spider in a bad spot now. Needs to try and kite out. 6 seconds left on the cooldown for his F ability. He's going to be doing a good job of kiting out here, but we do see Verse very waiting in the wings here, trying to make something happen. Able to use that F to gain a little bit of health and shield back. The LMB catch into jump LMB is going to come through. The overhold from Spider, you're going to see him just still trying to scale away. Verse trying to go for a bit of an uppercut action here as we see Spider just jumping into the buildings. We're going to see the armor swap coming out now. Spider able to get a scale rush into an armor swap. Now Verse on the back foot of this fight. F ability invested. Spider going to try and see if he can make something happen here, but it looks like these players are just running away. Everybody's so good at kiting right now. Spider does have ultimate available and F ability available. We're going to see the F come out into LMB Prio. Doesn't get the priority off or the hit stun, but is going to be able to connect with a little bit of the damage. And now Verse going to go for a bit of a reset here. Spider able is going to let the reset happen. Going to try and jump back down into this fight. As we see, looks like Verse just going to go for a bit of a hit onto the Rage Cage. See if he can get himself something. Spider with the purple armor now is going to be huge in damage. Trying to go for the weapon swap combo from the halberds into the katana here, as we do see the blue halberds coming out. Overhold is going to be successful. Gets the weapon swap into the swap back over, into the release, into the follow-up, and Spider comes away with the elimination onto Verse. Verse back to the Soul Altar. Spider on 1 elimination already. Frostivus also got a kill, as well as OUG's Mike and JDG's Chuzhong as the game progresses. Fong getting comboed into the Fist Blades weapon swap. What?
Love to see it coming out here from Mike, though, falling extremely on the back foot. Does have the ultimate available to him here, but Mike is going to come in, immediately going to pop the ultimate. Says, I don't want to give you the opportunity. Fong will pop the ult and is just going to be forced to burn the dashes just to try to get away. They are extremely low as EWG's Arano shows up and starts to throw some pistol shots down range as well. Fong continuing to take chip damage left, right, and center. The last dash going to be coming through on the side of Fong. No place to go here. Going to be forced to just burn the F here. Just to hold on for dear life. WBG Spider coming in hungry, looking for that second elimination early on here. Spider really trying to set himself up here for that late game. Wants to keep the pressure up. Going to come back around here. Fong not going to fall for it here. Spider getting clanks left, right, and center, but Fong not going to send it flying here off of the purple greatsword. Huge damage coming in. It looks like it's going to go to EWG's Arano. Spider wants to trade some more blows here. Going to do a little bit of shopping there on the body. So he looks to head right on back up here, letting Arano and Mike trade blows here. Spider wants a good, clean third party, needs another elimination for himself. Every elimination matters so much right now for WBG Spider. He needs to put up these early to mid-game eliminations here on the zipping pick and then just try to go play for heal off if he can in the very end. Spider still just waiting for the good opportunity into the fight. Arano going to pop the F there. Mike with the armor stripped, trying to slip away, but Spider going to come back in. We're going to see the re-grapple come back through for Mike. We're going to see Spider come in here, able to get the R&B off, but the parry coming in for Mike. Mike going to find the armor swap into the carousel there with the huge grapple follow-up. Spider, they're going to pop the F here. More than happy to keep trading this fight here. He's got that purple armor. That ult going to do a lot of work, as well as the F to get that armor reset back up. We're going to see the no ult zone invested here, as now it's going to go straight down to neutral. Arano versus OUG's Mike here. Arano with the fist blades, able to get a little bit of damage off before Mike invests the F here. Arano waiting to find another way in here with the fist blades. Mike going to take a lot of damage from the double jumping LB there off the fist blades. Mike going to go low. The F goes through, and Arano able to clean it up with the pistol shot in the last second. Now WBG Spider showing up. Spider unable to snake either of those eliminations out, unfortunately for himself here. Just going to pick the body here for some resources and on back into the no ult zone while he looks for an opportunity to pressure this onto Arano. Going to do just a little bit of shopping before he decides to pressure anything, though. Unfortunately, this no ult zone making things difficult for some of these players. Spider taking some range shots here, going to swap to the bow as JL's AS looks to come in here. Spider around the backside of the tree here, waiting for a good intro. The F going to come through. AS takes control here. Some huge damage coming in off of the Hung Sword. Spider not in a good place, forced to pop the F here just to keep things alive. Able to get up and get away. The uppercut going to connect, actually, though. Spider's got to be careful about where he goes here. He cannot force himself into this no ult zone. Unfortunately, there it is. It's going to go in. So Spider going to take the full reset now. Another player coming back, though. ZIS, while mid ult gets his reset. And it looks like Verse is waiting in the wings as well, as we're going to see this come up. Spider will get this ticket, wants to go inside this realm of Yang and make something happen for himself. He is not happy. He is still only on one elimination.
Yeah, Arano picked game 7 to say, you know what, I'm going to pop off. I played not the greatest the entire day, and decides to make game 7 the game that he's going to MVP. Whereas Spider almost able to pick up on 3 eliminations, whereas we did not see him come away with any of those kill steals. And it looks like nobody contesting the realm of Yangs anymore, as they really don't want to be a person to get caught out and getting eliminated early off of this realm of Yang portal fight. As these players are starting to fight for the pass, it looks like ASE's XY and Fun Plus Phoenix's Verse going to be ending up near the same realm of Yang. As looks like he's just going to hide this out right now. They do have a very limited amount of time before the Yang portals are going to start to open here, as the charges are coming through. Purple Nunchucks versus Blue Nunchucks. Verse trying to make something happen, but Verse just getting absolutely decimated right now. XY does have the pass, so he's going to be able to hold on to it. Looks like he's going to end up just jumping himself into that realm of Yang, and Verse going to back out, go for a reset, and try and pick up some kills into this mid-game. ASE's XY versus EWG's Arano. Arano has been off to a tear at the start of this game, so we are going to see some crazy stuff going on. Spider going to be facing off against Frostivus in the other realm of Yang.
Here we go. XY here trying to get in here with the nunchucks, but the pistol shot's going to come through and wipe away at least one bar of his armor here. Zarano still looking for a way into the fight. They're going to trade pistol shots. Zarano, though, still ahead here as both of them take a chip damage here. That purple armor doing him a lot of favors. The ult going to be immediately invested here by EWG's Arano. As Jean Yuan here takes a lot of damage. The V will connect. We're going to need to see XY pop that ultimate soon. He does pop the F. He's looking for the opportunity to take a little bit of a reset here, but he's not going to give him much of an opportunity to do it. The ult going to be invested here. He waits as long as possible here so he can try to get some big damage out here onto Arano. Waiting for Arano to show face here. Will go in. Huge damage coming in here from XY on to EWG's Arano. He's got another dash available. Will go through. He's going to find another one on as well. And oh my goodness. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. XY secures himself his first elimination of the game as we cut over to WBG Spider versus Frostivus. Frostivus, no HP and a Dream Spider here with that ult going here. Frostivus, though, coming in with a dagger.
Oh my goodness!
Spider goes down. Holy Christmas. Frostivus turns it around with the quickness.
I believe it's Halloween, the next holiday that's actually coming up. But Fun Plus Phoenix's verse going to be coming through with the dual blades right now. Purple dual blades in hand, trying to focus the attention onto OUG's Mike. Everybody trying to catch him out right now. So it looks like JL's AIS and WBG Spiders, the ones on Yang depletion right now. And Spider being on Yang is not the greatest scenario to be in here as well. And it looks like nobody else has been able to pick up enough kills to pass that threshold for match point. So going into this next game, if this game does not decide our winner, we could not see any additional players joining into match point. ASE's XY here. One elimination on the board. Spider does spot AIS out. Both of these players are on Yang depletion, so this fight is going to be sure to happen. Now AIS going to try and get the grapple combo off. Is going to be able to connect here. Spider losing a lot of HP. Going to try and go for LMB Prio with the RMB Prio with the longsword, trying to see if he can toothpick into an uppercut combo. Huge parry going to come out. AIS is the one to pick the parry up. Spider in a very dangerous situation. Mortal Defiance already proc for him. This is a bad spot. You do not want to be here. He's able to turn the fight around a little bit, and now Fun Plus Phoenix's verse going to try and come in. Spider able to kite this out really quickly, though. Is going to be able to get around, but now KLA's T225 hot in pursuit, and Spider could be getting taken out pretty quickly here. Oh my goodness, no way. Spider's going to go down. Spider's going to go out. Fun Plus Phoenix's verse gets the kill. Oh my goodness. I cast her cursed. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the ideal situation. EWG's Arano also going to get eliminated. DRG's Fong picking up an elimination. Frostivus on 2 kills as well. Does have that Vermilion's Birdmite, could get active. As we do see Verse now with 1 elimination, XY as well with 1 elimination. The leaders of the lobby right now are Funk and Frostivus, as Funk picking up his 3rd elimination, taking out XY from his Vermilion's Birdmite. So Frostivus as well is going to go down to Wolves Wang Liang. Fong in first place right now with 3 eliminations on the board, as we are going to see AIS getting fully eliminated. Now KLA's T225 trying to make something happen. Both of them in a bit of a tough spot, as T225, no ultimate available, neither does Verse, but very low HP. Huge parry going to come out there, and Verse almost coming away with the elimination, but the F ability going to save him. The 1-2 going to come through. Verse able to pick up the elimination. Soul Bloom is going to go to Mike, though. Mike is going to try and give aggression onto this fight. And it looks like he's ready to come away with this elimination. Mike is going to end up backing off, though, letting Verse go for a bit of a heal. 2 eliminations on the board for Verse. Fong is still in the lead with a 3.5 right now. The plus, so you see the points that they've had before going into this game, and then the points after on the plus side are the points that they have currently for this game. So the leader at 3.5 is Fong. Wolves Wang Liang, Frostivus, and Verse are tied with the 2.5. Next is going to be Mike and XY with the 1.5, and the 0.5 is going to be TE Stall.
We see XY looking ahead into another Realm of Yang here, is able to secure the ticket and just sit topside here. XY and Verse, the only 2 players eligible to walk away if they pick up the MVP here from game number 7. Verse looks like he's going to be heading towards a Realm of Yang himself here, as he needs to pick up as many eliminations as humanly possible. He's going to do a little bit of shopping before he heads that way. Spend it while you got it, Verse. Use those Dark Tide coins to your advantage. Fong here trying to fight out for this Realm of Yang. Wolves Wang Liang, though, coming in, but Fong in a bit of a pickle here, as we're going to see Wolves Wang Liang pop the ultimate, but Fong just making it look easy here on Wang Liang. Wang Liang burning the ultimate here too, while he doesn't have the pass. A very tight situation for himself here. He will catch that spear, though, off onto Fong, and Fong now with the ultimate trying to break away, misses the spear back from Wang Liang. Wang Liang going to take a lot of damage here. That ultimate going to be ending. It needs to be very careful. Fong trying to come in. He's going to take the portal here, so he gets the reset, and it's going to leave Wang Liang on the outside there. XY here needs to go ahead and head on inside if he wants to pick up an elimination here. Verse here versus TE Star. Star going to be the one who's able to pop that there, but Verse going to come in with a very clean introduction into that fight into the armor swap as well. TE Star going to come in and take the armor. He leaves behind, though. Verse going to just look to scale rush away here, let Wang Liang and them trade blows before he heads on inside. And here we go, Realm of Yang going to be XY versus DRG's Fong.
DRG's Fong, a lot to prove. XY, a lot to lose. In this fight, we're going to see Fong taking to the skies. Purple nunchucks opting to not to try and use his gold weapon right off the rip. Gold nunchucks in hand for XY. Kylan is usually the winner in this situation here, as we do see Frostivus is going to take out OUG's Mike in the other Realm of Yang. DRG's Fong already lost most of his shield. We are going to see him be able to gain a little bit of that back with the F2. We are going to see them both on a level playing field now, as they're both going to go for the pots. Musket already in hand, ready to see if he can take a shot off. We're going to see him go for the grapple cancel of the RMB, or the LMB, sorry, as we're going to see him bring it back over. Does connect with the next charge LMB. We're going to see him bringing that around, coming through with a bit of a pot, and then jumping right back into the action. They both have ultimates available here. We're going to see Pryo coming through as XY is able to get the 2-1-1. DRG's Fun going to hit that F ability now, getting himself back a bunch of shield. We're going to see the scale rush come through. Doesn't connect on the scale rush. Pryo's going to come through. F ability invested by XY to avoid Pryo in that fight. The 1-2 is going to come out. 46 seconds left. Neither of them have ulted yet. We're going to see the ult come out from the Kylan now, and DRG's Fong in a bad spot, but he does still have ultimate available. We're going to see him get chased down. F2 or F1 available again. Ultimate coming out. We're going to see the dashes from both of these teams, players coming through. Kylan slash is going to come through first, come to fruition, but now F ability invested, immortality proc, 22 seconds left. Fung with no slashes. All he's got to do is survive, but he can't do it as ASE's XY comes away victorious in the Realm of Yang. And let me just say, Frostivus is having a beautiful game right now. He's got both Realm of Yang wins, and he's doing absolutely insane. Just a little too late for what we've seen, but at least he's going to climb himself up into the standings. It's great to see Frostivus up on top.
Yeah, Verse and XY here still trying to trade blows here, trying to make sure that they are going to be the MVP here, both of them on 2 eliminations. But again, Fong and Frostivus sitting on 3, the 2 players they need to look to eliminate from this lobby. Wolves Wang Liang really low on the backside here as the entire lobby looks to chase him down here. Verse trying to go in and secure that elimination if all possible. Would have put him up to 3, tie him up with Frostivus and Fong. Wang Liang able to slip away, but it's T Star who slides in and finds the elimination for himself here. Star finally puts one on the board, but Verse shows right up, looking to pick up an elimination while he can. TE Star gonna slide away, though. Verse can't afford to overcommit here, as he's not sure who's got the White Tiger's prowess there from the Realms of Yang. XY here, seeing Star wants to come in and pressure. He does have that White Tigers, and he needs to use it to go ahead and get some points up on the board. Mike looking for the scale rush here. Coming topside, going to keep the fight going. Verse just going to hold it here with the bow, trying to get damage out onto whoever he can. DRG's Fong going to take a lot of damage there from Mike with the follow-up musket shot. Mike, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left remaining here on that Yang depletion. The ult going to be invested there from the Justina, so Mike going to be forced to try to give Chase Justina topside here. The ultimate going to be coming to an end. 4 seconds until the F comes back online. XY coming topside. Got an idea where they're going to be at. Unfortunately, not quite able to get there. None of these players look like they've got the gecko foot. Fong gonna break away, drop all the way to the bottom here. It looks like do just a little bit of skywalking to keep themselves away from these other players for as long as possible. Verse, again, looking for those eliminations, but can't afford to pressure too much. As he's XY still with 57 seconds on White Tiger's prowess, trying to create some pressure here onto DRG's. Fong might gonna come in and grief it out just a little bit here. As XY decides he needs to go ahead and back away here. Zone 3 collapsing onto Zone 4. We're going to see the top of Plume Castle disappear into the zone very shortly.
If only we had a Viper ultimate to, drop down on this tactical AC-130 nuke coming through this. I just got some deja vu from these happening in the past Trios games as OUG's Mike right now trying to make something happen with his gold longsword. Trying to see if he can get some scale kills. He does have Yang depletion as well as DRG's Fong, so they're going to be in a very tough spot right now as XY has seemed to have found Mike, able to get the 1-2 off, trying to go for that longsword horizontal slash, is going to be unable to connect. Frostivus trying to see if he can clean up the kill. Mike now no armor available. Ultimate is going to be popped. Might try and use it to just get out of this predicament here, but XY is going to be the culprit getting caught down. We are going to see XY picking up the kill onto Mike, and Fong able to grab the soul bloom right from underneath of XY. Ultimate had to be invested though for XY to be able to come out of that fight victorious. He is now on 3 eliminations, 4.0 points, as the placement points have added in an extra 0.5. We do see XY. He's going to need to come away with capturing this spirit well, which could be difficult given the fact that he doesn't have ultimate. The other Kylan in the lobby as well, Frostivus not going to have ultimate either. So they're going to try and see if they can win this together, holding that spirit well for themselves as FPX Verse on 2 kills, Fong and Frostivus on 3, Star on 1. This is a close game. This is not exactly what I pictured. We thought Spider would be in the mix, but he has been out for quite some time now in this game. He did get that Yang depletion. Frostivus ending his game very early. We do see the Octa Slash coming out from the dual blades of Frostivus here, which is going to be a very good gold focus Jade to have, especially when trying to capture that spirit well. Coming into these last minutes of the game, it's still anyone's game to win it. We could see game 8. It's really too hard to tell. XY and Verse. XY having a great game. Looks like Frostivus is going to go for the capture here. He's getting it almost completely uncontested. Looks like XY might try and jump in later on into this to see if he can come away with that, but it looks like he might just give it to Frostivus here. 99% on the ult. We're going to see Frostivus get his ult, pop it out, get himself that spirit well. I believe this is one of the first spirit wells that we've seen him get, as we do see now. Frostivus fully on the aggression and XY just helping him out, showing him where to go. Grapples are going to be coming through. Every single player just trying to get as far away from Frostivus as possible because they know he's got that Kylan ultimate available. No ult available after a couple seconds here, as there we go, it drops, and it looks like they're going to shark on to the Liam in the lobby as they're going to try and get him out as fast as possible.
Makes sense here for the 2 Kylans to try to go ahead and get this Liam out. Star they take a lot of damage there, being forced to invest the F there. Frostivus going to step down into that huge hit there, but going to keep the pressure up here on to Star. He knows he's got a little bit of backup here. The grapple is going to keep coming through. Star just trying to break away, keep his game alive here. Does not want to be the target of the lobby, but unfortunately currently is. Frostivus coming in here with those legendary dual blades, absolutely cooking, as we're going to see Verse come through as well, looking to get into the fray here. Star taking a lot of damage, trying to break away, hoping the target of the lobby has changed on to somebody else, but it really has not. XY coming in. Star feeling forced to go ahead and burn the ultimate there, I do believe, as we're going to see that late game Bane's Breath getting ready to come through. The last Bane's Breath of the game. Star on the old burn here has got 1 activation left, trying to break away. There's the activation on to Frostivus. Unfortunately, he's not going to get a lot of value out of it. Frostivus, DRG's Fong, all still hanging here. Frostivus with a huge parry on to Fong. Dragon's Rush into Negens Might. The follow-up, Funfulous Phoenix's Verse trading some bow shots there on to Frostivus as well, as we see all these players break away. Star No ultimate here, and Frostivus knows it, wants to keep that pressure up, does not want to give Star the chance to reset here. Star with the parry, though, will take away that spear from Frostivus. Frostivus gotta be careful here as the pressure continues to come through. Verse on the top side, Frostivus gonna step away from it, trying to make sure this Bane doesn't come in. XY nearby as well, trying to turn on to Frostivus, sees that he's gone low. The alliance between the Kylans breaking down here. XY,
I think he was just trying to peel for him and then ended up accidentally hitting him in the face.
We're going to see the musket shot coming in here from XY. Frostivus on the backside here does still have that armor swap to fall back into. GRG's Fawn going to be the player going to go low this time around as the rest of the lobby looks to turn their attention here on to Fong. Frostivus going to keep the pressure up. 5 players left remaining in this lobby. It is still literally anybody's game. It could end here or it could go to game number 8. Time is going to tell. DRG's Fawn going so low. Who's going to pick up the elimination? Is it going to be Verse? Is it going to be XY? Is it going to be Frostivus? XY up here with the musket, trying to secure the elimination. Verse down below as well, trying to pick it up for himself. We'll see some rain shots come out and connect onto XY. Is going to force XY to take a reset here.
He's trying to protect Fung at all costs here. He's sending these bow shots to the other way. Like, get down, Mr. President. Absolute insanity is going on with the 3 players on 3 kills, 1 player on 2, and TE Star on 1 elimination. Star no ult, Fong no ult. Both Kylans have ultimate, both Kylans have gold armor. This is stacked on the side of the Kylans, but it's a 3v2. The Kylans are still they are the only 2 that are both the same hero, but they are against 3 other people. So if what Verse was trying to do was band the off-meta heroes together to try and rally and defeat the Kylans, as protecting Fong for dear life right there, as we do see the meter dump coming through, but the F1 is going to be invested to gain himself back some of that shield. XY now trying to make something happen with the meter dump. He's lost so much of that gold armor. This is not the greatest spot you want to be in, but Fong now getting caught out. The Octaslash coming through for the peel. XY now in a lot of trouble. They're all trying to come away with the elimination onto Fong, and this is where it's going to get sticky, as there we go. We see the Kylan Slashes coming through. Frostivus comes away with the elimination, though. The kill steal from Frost, putting Frost to 4 eliminations and 5.5 points in this game. And this is all coming down to the wire here, as ASE's XY not looking to be in the very good position right now. He's going to see if he can get a Kylan slash off before the ult goes down. He's not going to be able to hit it. We're going to see him go for that meter dump. He's got very little meter left. Frostivus is going to do a bit of peeling for him here. He's going to try and bring that Octaslash out, but he's able to kite around. And XY just able to back away from this, and Verse just hungry for this elimination. And TE Star comes away and steals the kill. No, my goodness. Verse is the only one to be able to clutch this out. If Verse is able to get both eliminations with the first place finish, he'll be able to come through, or he just needs 1 with the first place finish, I believe, and he'll be able to beat out Frostivus. But if Frostivus gets another kill, it could be done for him here. So this is a very sticky situation. Watch TE Star come away with the MVP here. I feel like it's something that's bound to happen. Verse is on the hottie, so it is the more optimal pick for this final circle, especially since there is not that much terrain for these players to hide on. Hottie will be able to fly into the skies. We're seeing the Dragon's Rush come out. Star trying to make something happen, as we see the martial artist Jade as well coming through there, as trying to make something happen. Both of these players with the martial art Jade. Frostivus in the back end taking a lot of pot shots from Verse. Huge parry going to come out. Star is going to end up getting hit with the parry. We do see the Heartstopper kick coming out as well from him, trying to do an extra bonus attack into that Dragon's Rush, getting the silence as well. Meter dump coming through, trying to make something happen, but that Octaslash just doing so much peel for him there. The gold focus is very scary to try and fight against, as now Frostivus and Star going at it. We're seeing an Assassin's Lunge come through from Frostivus. Verse able to do a great job of just kiting this out here, and Verse needs the win here. He's only got 2 eliminations. Tries to go for the jump parry. Isn't going to connect here. We're going to see the overhold come through. The F ability is going to be invested now. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. No F on that attack. Now Frostivus taking a lot lot of damage. Kylan ult still available though, as we are going to see the overhead slash come through. Now Kylan ult's going to be invested pretty quickly here. Huge parry going to come out, tries to send the punish damage over to Verse. Parry going to come through as well. Not going to be able to connect though, as we're going to see now. Taking to the skies is going to be Fun Plus Phoenix's Verse, and now he needs to get this kill onto Frostivus. He needs to get the kill, as you're going to see him take to the skies. T Star gets the kill onto Frost, and now it's 3 kills for Star, 2 kills for Verse. Verse needs this elimination. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to seal the deal. And there's 4 seconds left. Does he get the kill? But T-Star! No! Oh my god! Oh, Verse, my... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to game 8.
Oh my goodness. I thought Verse had it. I thought he clutched that out. It looked like he hit T Star there, but I guess the cannon shot still goes through. Oh my goodness.
No. Oh, we're calculating, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know if Verse might have had enough points to beat out TE Star. We're going to see who came away with the MVP. I do believe that it is going to be TE Star, because Star...
There's no way Star goes to 4 eliminations in the first place finish. There's no way Verse.
Yeah. Because of the movement that these players have, every single player has goated movement in this game. Some more goated than others, but every single player, when you get to the NBPL level, your movement is on point. So hopefully we'll get to see some cool stuff coming through, as we're going to see the first Firefly battle going on. Spider able to get himself 71% on his ultimate right now, going for that next Firefly spot. Is going to be able to pick it up here, going for the loot now. He doesn't have any weapons in hand. Going to be able to get himself a dual halberds and a katana right away. So this weapon swap combo could come out pretty strong. He wants to find himself armor before he engages on a Chuzhang. Looks like he is going to back off pretty quickly here, going over to the other side where he's going to hit Bell and just try and see what's up. 5 players on match point, and all of these players already spawning pretty close to each other. Looks like Verse is hunting and ready for some action right now, because it looks like Alias T225 not wanting the smoke right away here. It looks like he is just trying to back off and loot up a little bit more, but we are going to see the 1-2 coming through into the charge. We're going to see the F ability getting invested from Verse. Going to try and make something happen with the scale rush, but the Liam F hasn't been invested, so he is not going to be able to get too much off of value if he hits a parry. Other than burning the F ability here, as they are going to be backing out here. Verse going to try and make something happen again. Goes for the overhead slam. Isn't going to connect. F still not up for him. Going to go and grab that blue spear away from him. Trying to go for that overhead bonk, as we're going to see T225 just going for a couple of uppercuts. Blue armor in the back end there. I don't know if there's much HP on the armor, so these players are going to opt to go for the grays for now, as DRG's Fung already picking up an elimination onto Frostivus here. We're going to see the overhead slam coming out into the 1-2. F ability now invested from Verse. Verse on the back end of this, getting caught out. JL's AIS already been eliminated, as well as OUG's Mike picking up his first elimination of the game. And, he's got a lot of ground to make up, but, the chances of him coming away with a 10-point game right now could be huge. Verse able to get a huge parry off into Pryo off of the F proc, and now going through with the carousel into the 2-on-1 weapon swap, as we're going to see Kayla's T225 is going to end up just backing off here, trying to go for a reset, but Verse still heavy in pursuit, gets the 1 into the 2. We're going to see him now backing off, trying to find himself an armor swap. Is unable to find it. T225 going to try and go for a little bit of a cheeky play with the scale rush, unable to connect off of it. Finds himself the armor swap though. We're going to see him bring it around. The charge coming through from the RMB. We're going to see Verse now in ultimate. T225 as well, popping that ult. Going to use it very well, able to back off. No damage coming through though, as we're going to see one more ultimate to be invested here. As he is going to use it to teleport back through, and now he's at the mercy of the Kylan, and there we go. We're going to see it come through. One more slash for him, as he's now in trouble though. Immortality proc going to come out. Going to try and see if he can catch T225, but he's unable to do it. Ultimate down, and T225 is able to make it out of there alive. It looks like the misplays are real right now, as it looks like that flaming cage, he doesn't want to run into it, as we see T225 jumping over. The reset does come out, and he goes for the fruit grab. and decides to go for the reset here. These fights are so intense, nobody wanting to overcommit. ASE's XY, though, has picked himself up in eliminations. He is now in a pretty bad spot against OUG's Mike, though, and does send himself back to the Soul Altar very quickly. Mike, 2 eliminations on the board. If Mike comes away with a 36 points finish and gets the MVP, I'm going to be blown away. As KLA C225 and Verse still fighting it out. Purple in hand now. Purple fan is going to be super huge damage coming through. Verse able to get the prio off, but the F ability going to be invested from T225 to be able to come through and prevent a lot of that damage. The 1-2 going to come through, tries to go for the overhold. Parry is going to come out, so he's just going to cancel that, dash away, gets the overhold, gets the scale rush into the LMB, into the double uppercut, into the carousel, drops the carousel though. Verse 1 HP in a dream right now. KLA C225 still going to try and make the scale rush happen. The armor swap is going to come out for both of these players here. At every single time you think one of them is going to go down, they both get themselves an armor swap. Wolves Wang Liang already fully eliminated from the game right now, and now KLA C225 on the back foot of this fight, but Verse only one little bit of white armor left. And it looks like T225 is going to take Verse out, sending him to the Soul Altar. Verse, our second place player, no eliminations on the board so far. This is a very bad spot to be in right now.
Well, they cut over to TE Star here. Looking to give chase to WBG Spider. Again, 5 players sitting there above the threshold. T225, WBG Spider, TE Star, OnePlus Phoenix's Verse, and ASE's XY. As we see OUG's Mike trading blows with XY again. Mike's already killed XY once this game. If XY actually dies here, that will be it for XY. They will be back to the lobby, and they have got to hope and pray nobody else makes any points to catch up with them, as they are currently sitting on top of the leaderboard. And that would be a sad way to lose out here on becoming the bi-weekly champion, knowing you're sitting at the top of the leaderboard and having to watch the rest of this game play out without being able to do anything about it. Jean Yuan here on the white fan here, trying to use the movement here inside Celestra just to break some ankles. Mike going to show up. Jean Yuan, though, able to break away. The Clank going to come through. We're going to see the F invested by Mike. Jean Yuan going to be forced to pop the F as well. Going to scale up, trying to break away. Scales back up inside again with the rescale rush here. Scale rush into scale rush. Mike not quite sure where XY has gone. They've been able to find an armor swap and a heal here. They need to cut silence here. They need to not let anybody know where they are. And XY breaks the ankles of OUG's Mike and slips away, lives to fight another day. So we get over to TE Star now, trading blows with DRG's Fong. Fong on the receiving end of the pain of these purple nunchucks. The F going to be invested there by DRG's Fong. Going to get a little bit of damage reduction there. TE Star, though, going to keep the pressure up here as we go to everybody's favorite ballista watch here, Tower Watch. TE Star forcing Fong away, though, as the zone comes in. Fong will find a set of blue armor here where somebody else previously was doing a little bit of shopping, likely WBG's Spider. Star now having to rip the armor yet again off of DRG's Fong, able to avoid the F there. Lots of damage coming out, and Spider just griefing the fight, sending bow shots left, right, and center there. Spider does not want to give up the Realm of Yang that he's got the ticket for. Hits Fong a second time with the bow shot. TE Star wants it. Oh my goodness, Spider really just trying to send those shots downtown and pick up the elimination. Almost gets it too if it wasn't for the white armor swap there. Star already invested in the ultimate, not in a great place. Really needs to clutch up this elimination before Fong just slips away inside Celestra. Oh my goodness, he's able to clutch it out. He catches the F, but now the ult being invested on the side of DRG's Fong. TE Star just trying to secure this elimination, but Celestra going to make it very difficult for Star to do it. Fong looks like he's going to be able to get a pot off here. Makes most of a reset. The F goes out. It's not going to matter as the Tiger Leap comes through. Catches Star up in the clutches. Gets a huge heal. And now Star, no ultimate, no F into the fan. And TE Star is eliminated by DRG's Fong.
Fully eliminated from the game as well. He does not have a soul to revive, as we're going to take a look now. KLA's T225 fighting against OnePlus Phoenix's Verse. We're going to see the huge parry coming out here. Was able to stand up at the right second, uncrouch, and come away with the parry. The F ability from the Liam going to save him the trouble of having to lose his weapon here. We're going to see him try and go for the parry, but the grapple cancel into the 1-2 as we see it come out. And now Fun Plus Phoenix's burst in a lot of trouble. We're going to see the Kylan ultimate coming out now. Immortality proc already in full effect. Kayla's T225 with a huge upper hand into this fight. Burst needs to connect with these slashes. Misses one, is going to connect onto 2 here, and now is going to go out. T225 picking up a beautiful elimination. Verse panicking right now, is going to be in a lot of trouble.
As we're going to see EWG Arano versus ASE's XY. Arano here on the dagger going to come through, is able to secure the Tessa ultimate. XY on the wall here, taking a ton of damage. Again, XY in contention here, still in first place. Needs to hold on for dear life here if they want to walk away the champion here. Their odds are slowly dimming away here as the hottie gives chase. XY onto the side of the tower here. Knows they've got to break ankles here. Got to wait for that hottie ult to go out. Trying to get away there. Able to get the read to dash away. One hit here is all it's going to take. And JL's AIS sends XY back to the lobby. 2 of your 5 players in contention on match point have already been eliminated.
And 2 of them are also on Yang depletion, ladies and gentlemen. This is the kind of gameplay that we're so used to seeing. These top players crumbling under pressure right now. As it looks like they're making a few misplays, letting some of these players just absolutely decimate their HP bars. And that's what we're seeing happen. Verse is going to get hit with the grapple bomb. Mike, just a huge follow-up damage. Immortality already procced here. Very little HP has been gained back from this. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. It has started to gain back a lot of HP. Was able to connect the Kylan slash onto multiple players, and now in a decent position. But if he misses this last slash, he's going to be in trouble. No HP left for Verse, as he does have that Yang depletion as well. And this is going to be 3 of the 5 players completely eliminated from the game already. JDG's Chuzhong also has been eliminated, but I do believe he had the Vermilion's Bird Bite, so he will be brought back into this. Verse able to find a beautiful spot to heal here, as the F is going to get invested, as he's going to try and scale out of here. Mike not going to give up the chase, trying to use that F2 to make something happen. Tries to come through, but ends up hitting a parry instead of the uppercut here, trying to go for that scale rush to connect onto Verse. Verse so close to death, and everybody trying to chase, and AIS is going to come away with the elimination. And now only 2 match point players remain, guys. What is going on? What is going on right now? This is absolutely insane. T225 does have Vermilions. It's looking like it's all coming up for him. Spider, though, on Vermilion, on Yang depletion, wants to get this kill onto Fong. Fong trying to scale away right now, is very close to death, as KLA's T225 and WBG Spider are relentless in their chase. They're going to try and take it to the tower, but Spider doing a great job of just covering out where he's going to be. And now we're going to see Fong getting sent to the sky. No ultimate available, very low in HP. Spider able to come away with the kill, and the Soul Bloom does go to Spider here, so he is going to be okay. Coming back in, we still have 2 match point players alive, both with 3 eliminations on the board. Fong completely eliminated. Mike, 3 eliminations on the board as well, but Star, Verse, and XY selling their game the point of death, and now T225 and Spider have it all on their shoulders.
What a crazy turn of events. 3 of the players before second Yang immediately eliminated here in our 8th and final game of the day. T225, WBG Spider, a lot of feelings going on right now as we see XY right now out of this game, but still in first place. XY hoping and praying that somebody eliminates WBG Spider and T225, because if they do, it's going to be hard pressed for anybody to take away that first place from ASE's Zhang Yuan. As we take it back here, we're going to take a look at the replay inside the realm of Yang. Spider versus JDG's Chu Zhang. We're going to see how Spider ended up losing the Yang here. Tries to go for the bow shot. Goes in, looks for the scale rush onto the clank here. Chu Zhang, though, able to get the read. Spider forced to burn the F there just to get in there, taking the prio, but Chu Zhang does the same, returns the favor though. Spider into the uppercut there, misses the grapple opportunity, realizes it, and immediately decides he's got to pop the ultimate here. The Kai Lane going to pop the ult, return the favor as well. Spider with 1 ult charge left here, trying to get the heal off here, but Zhu Zhang not going to let it happen. We're going to see the F come through from the ultimate on WBG Spider. He's going to burn it a little early there. I think maybe the ult was about to run out, feeling forced to go and spend it, and there you go. That's how Spider loses his Realm of Yang. But speaking of Realm of Yang, we're second Realm of Yang. It's going to be WBG's Mike versus Alliance's Frostivus. So we watch this fight start to break out between WBG's Spider, Jail's AIS. By the way, AIS having cleaned up 2 of the 3 top players in this lobby, griefing them away, picking up both Verse and Zhan Yuan.
Spider here, trying to see if he can make something happen. It looks like JDG's Chuzhong versus KLA's T225. KLA risking it for the biscuit right now. Going to try and see if he can pick up that 4th elimination that he so desperately needs. Looks like Frostivus did end up going out to Mike in the Realm of Yang. We saw it the other way around happening earlier in the day, but it looks like KLA's T225 able to get that connect off with the RMB. So we are going to see him coming through now with another RMB, trying to go for the grapple cancel here, seeing if he can go for the parry. F ability going to be invested from him here, trying to see if he can go from up top with the cannon shots, able to connect on 1. Jumping LMB is going to come through, but the 1-2 from Chuzhong is going to also come out, as now Chuzhong, winner of the first Realm of Yang against Spider, is going to be fighting for his life now, trying to make something happen. JL's AIS fully eliminated now. Only 6 players remaining into this game with 12 minutes left. Everybody is getting super aggressive, as we're going to see it come through. Ultimate available for both of these players. KLA's T225 going to try and hold on to this ultimate for as long as possible. Going to use that F to get out of the way. Jumping LMB going to come through and just stagger for just a second here. Able to use that ultimate to get out of the way. Looks like Chuzhong was able to heal a pot off as well. T225 in a good position to win this. He's kiting out the ult very, very well. He just needs to catch T225, or he just needs to catch Chuzhong 1 time, and there we go. Immortality proc going to come through. Ultimate is down, but the pole sword is just so much damage that is very, very tough to fight against, as if he does come away with one of these scale rushes here, we might see it come through. Oh my goodness, so close to the follow-up. 1 HP remaining, and Chuzhong is going to get eliminated. KLA's T225, 4 eliminations in the best spot right now to come away with the victory for bi-weekly number 4, as he's going to pick up that legendary armor, legendary fan. He's got legendary fist blades. He's doing the most right now. WBG Spider still in this game as well. Going to try and make something happen. It looks like Frostivus needing that bloom. It looks like Mike was able to take it away from him, though, as he's trying to come away into this fight as well. OUG's Mike with the White Tiger's prowess as well. Going to be very difficult for him to try and make anything happen here. The 1-2 going to come out. Frostivus taking so much damage here. KLA's T225 going to try and make something happen. It looks like he's got Cloud Reaper in his pocket as well now, as where do you see the Cloud Reaper come out? F ability invested from Spider. Frostivus now the target of the entire lobby. Only no eliminations on the board for him so far. Cloud Reaper is going to deal so much damage. The follow-up from Mike is also going to be very dangerous, as Frostivus is going to have to use that Matari ultimate to get out of there as fast as possible. JDG's Chuzhang finding the target. Now Spider coming away with the elimination. Who gets the bloom? Nobody knows, and it looks like Chuzhang didn't get the bloom. His Yang depletion was not cured, as 4 players remain with 10 minutes left in the lobby. This is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, this is going insane. This is about the level of fight I expected from these players. T225 here now on the timer. 4 eliminations, him and Spider, both of them trying to fight for MVP here. Though Mike ahead with 5 eliminations. If Mike takes MVP, it's going to go to Zhan Yuan, I do believe. I don't think there's enough eliminations left in the lobby for Mike to even be able to climb that point difference there. He is still almost 10 points behind Zhan Yuan here, as WBG Spider going to come pick up some of the spoils of war there from Frostivus' body. T225, again, needs to find another elimination here so he can tie it up with Mike and so he can get ahead of WBG Spider using that cannon to maximum efficiency. T225 has been finding so much damage out this game with the cannon. If he takes the MVP, we will be able to get to take a look there at those damage stats for the cannon. T225 on the legendary armor, legendary fan in the back pocket, as well as the legendary fist blades and Cloud Weaver chilling there in the back pocket as well. T225 in a really good position to potentially come out on top of this. OUG's Mike doing a little bit of changing here. Going to change that staff into the spear. Wasn't that long ago. That would have been absolutely wild to see. WBG Spider, JDG Chuzhang trading blows here. Spider trying to catch him with the longsword there, not quite able to make it happen. Going to break away here, needs to find that opportunity to get a reset. Does not want his game to end here. Would be an absolute disaster for him. Cannon shots are ringing true. KLA's T225 doing a lot of damage there to Spider. Chu Zhang coming in, will get the grapple grief out onto Spider. Spider in the ultimate, will TP away there with the ultimate, but now no ultimate, no F available for WBG Spider. We're to see this pistol shots coming through, doing a lot of damage over time there. WBG Spider is going to be the, no, he gets a parry onto T225, but T225 with the F still available. Spider looks to be the next player eliminated from the lobby, and it's going to go to OUG's Mike, who now goes to 6. T225 has a lot of work to do if he wants to walk away this bi-weekly champion, as Mike actually moves ahead of him here. T225 needs to find at least one more elimination in the first place finish here to be your bi-weekly champion, or it goes to Zhang Yuan. Chu Zhang going extremely low. Mike gonna go into the Cloud Weaver here. The ultimate being procced by Mike. T225 on the cannon, trying to make it happen. The ult being invested there. Mike goes down. T225 finds the elimination. If he can find the first place finish, that's going to be it. Chu Zhang able to find the bloom, though. T225, no ultimate. Chu Zhang goes so low, though. The ult going to come up. The Bane's Breath coming in. T225 just has got to survive this ultimate. He's got to proc the ult here very fast. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Chu Zhang so low. T225 needs anything, and T225 is going to walk away your bi-weekly champion.
Absolutely insane here, ladies and gentlemen. KLA's T225. Mike, for a second, looked like if he would have gotten all 3 of those eliminations, because he got the pick on the Spider, he almost got the pick on the T225.
努力终有回报，本周的单排终结冠军是 KLA
Summer Split.
225。
The course bi-weekly solo champion. He is KLA T225.
今天终于打破了魔咒，而且刚才啊，在台上
Today you
振臂高
finally
呼，
break your curse.
终于等到了今天。现在采访一下
Finally,
怎么样？
you got
这次的心情如何
today. How do you feel now?